Guys, listen up. As you get older, the best way to continue to look young, exuberant, and vibrant is to continue to take care of your skin. That's why I'm excited to have Teej Hanley as a sponsor of today's video. You heard me talk about them before, and you're going to continue to hear me talk about them because I believe in their products and the positive impact that they have on every man's life. Teej Hanley makes taking care of your skin so easy. They provide you with all the products you need and nothing that you don't. Every box comes with an instruction card that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. Lapeef family, I must admit, skincare wasn't always something I always focused on, but since I started using this system, I've seen improvements in the way my skin looks and feels. And you don't have to take my word for it. They have over 5,000 5-star reviews on their website from satisfied customers from around the world. I recommend you start with the level 1 system, which comes with all the basics: a daily face wash, an exfoliating scrub, an AM moisturizer, and a PM moisturizer. In addition to amazing skin, members of Teej Hanley get tons of benefits, including at least 20% off retail price, the ability to customize your box, pause or cancel at any time, and free US shipping. And because Teej Hanley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers a great deal. Just click that first link in the description and you'll get 30% off the first box plus the free gift. Seriously, that's an amazing deal. Even though it's too early, as I often say, it's never too late. Click that link and get started today.
What up, everybody? Welcome to King Talk on the Lapeef Network. What's going on? How y'all doing this evening, y'all?
Doing all right.
Doing good, man. How you doing, fellas?
We got the whole squad out here. Okay, shout out to the sponsor, Teej Hanley. Once again, you are on the Lapeef Network watching King Talk. I am your host, Trigger Mike. We got Uncle Rick, Dr. Humble Dad, Shannon Rawls, Sweeney, Luis, Day One. What's going on? Hank in the building, Sean Antonio, and the Black Spider guy. What's going on, my man? All right.
What's up? What's up?
I thought you were white, Black Spider guy, but I just saw those knuckles.
Everybody thinks that.
That's not a white guy. All right. Thanks for sharing. He said like this. I was like, oh, them knuckles. Those are black knuckles. All right. But once again, thanks. Shout out to the sponsor, Teej Hanley. Thank you to everybody in the chat for coming through. We got an amazing show for you tonight. A bunch of great topics. Excuse me if I sound a little beyond the weather. This is a week-long cold. I'm still hacking stuff up, but we're going to get through it either way. So I'm glad to be with you fellas tonight. Got some new faces, at least with me on the panel. We got Uncle Rick in the building. I don't know why I'm hyped for that. All right. It's my guy right there.
What's up with you? What's up with the fellas, brothers? How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
I mean, what's the word, fellas? What's the word on the street? Let's chop it up for a second at least. What's going on in the world? I don't feel like nothing spicy happening. Today was boring as hell.
Well, I get married Thursday.
For sure.
Oh, that's
wow.
Okay, my guy.
That means I'll take it easy on you today, Humble Dad.
Please don't.
Man,
right.
Shoot, look. You just give me an excuse to throw some kind of bachelor party, okay? So you just let me know. Well, you said you getting married Thursday. Yeah, Wednesday I'm there. Just let me know. I'll just make one up, impromptu. All right, but congrats on that. Congrats on that. Everybody, show him some love. All right, that's what we really like to celebrate around here. Not just the theorizing of all this, but the completion of it. So show Humble Dad some love in the chat. In fact, if you really want to show him some love, send him a super chat. We appreciate that on the Lapeef Network at all the time. Who we got in the chat here? All right, let's see. Dale Matthew, what's going on? Green Gang in the building. Bear the Boxer, what's up? Green Gang. Beezy, what's up? What's up? Ed Hill, what's going on? 5G, what's up? All right, man, let's get into it. We got some good topics tonight, and we're going to get started on those. So we'll get right into it. The first topic of the night is you should be offended when they disrespect your spouse. All right, we got a video for that. Stay tuned, and then we'll get into it. Uncle Rick, we're going to start with you.
Who's married and someone occasionally flirts with you or gives you a look like they like you and they see your ring, they're absolutely clear that you're married. Instead of being flattered, be pissed off, be angry. Yeah, because it'll change that. You ought to have an attitude when a man sees your ring, particularly when you say, I'm married, and he says something like, oh, that's cool. He ain't got to know. What, brother? Get away from me before I call the police on you. Walk away. Don't disrespect my husband. Walk away from me. I'm serious. And men should do that. Men definitely don't do that enough. Our mindset is, man, this girl thought I was cute. Are you really upset? I would be. For you to come at me and you know I'm with Victory Rose Vernon because I love her so much. And not just that, I'm thinking about literally having to tell my sons, I'm so sorry about what happened with y'all mama. Having to stand up in front of my church. I do pastor thousands of people. And more than all of that, I'm breaking the heart of God.
Interesting. All right, Uncle Rick, we're going to start with you. Let's chop it up.
Oh man. Oh geez. How should I say this? You should be offended. Let me think about this. You should be offended when they disrespect your spouse. They're not disrespecting your spouse. You're disrespecting your spouse. You're disrespecting your spouse, right? So it's job one for you to stop it in its tracks, regardless. But that person, I'm just being the way I feel, the way I believe it, the way I think about it. That person owes your partner no allegiance. I mean, they should. It would be decent if the world moved like that, but let's be realistic, right? So disrespected. The only person that should feel disrespected, like I said, is your spouse if you don't move accordingly. That's all I got on it.
All right. Humble Dad, what you got?
It's an interesting question. For me, if they was flirting with my wife, knowing that she was married, I wouldn't necessarily take offense to it. I would be more bothered if she flirted back. So if he decided to shoot a shot, then so be it. I mean, that's on him at the end of the day. And but I wouldn't be necessarily offended though.
Absolutely. All right, Shan, what you got?
Oh, we going down the line.
I guarantee you're about to take my words.
No, I'm not. No.
Guaranteed. You got a Shan because I already know I'm about to agree with you.
No, listen, I'm with Humble Dad and Rick. Look, people try to steal nice cars. They try to steal nice cars, and that's why we lock up our cars. That's why we park them in certain areas. That's why we don't take out certain cars to certain locations. People try to steal nice, and some cars are unstealable. You can't, without the key fob or without the right access, you just can't steal that car. But somebody's gonna try it anyways. The issue is, what if the car gets stolen? You get more mad at the security system than anything, not so much the thief. At least I do. So, what was the famous saying? Who does anybody know who said this famously? Don't tell me what was said. Tell me why they were so comfortable to say it to you. That was Jay-Z. That was Hov that said that. Don't tell me what was said about me. Tell me why they were so comfortable to say it to you. Don't tell me about the dude that tried to holler at you. Why were you smiling? Why were you cool with it? I've always been the guy that says, if somebody was to crack my chick, I am not going after him. You see the videos all over the internet where the dude is getting mad, dude fighting. Remember the TV show called Cheaters, and they would go chase, and the guy wanted to fight the guy that took his girl. Man, brothers, do not trip if somebody crack your chick. Ask why your car was what was up with the security system in your car that it got stolen. Don't get mad at the thief.
Yeah.
So that's just how I feel about it.
Profound. All right. And women, I don't think y'all can get away from ever being cars. I'm sorry. We're just going to use the car analogy every time. Y'all going to be cars for life. All right, Sweeney.
I think the first Humble Dad, Shannon, and Uncle Rick answered the question from the wrong perspective. I think they actually got what he was saying wrong. He didn't say we should be offended if somebody tries to shoot they shot at our wives. He was saying our wives should be offended, or you as a husband should be offended if somebody sees your ring and approaches you. or if she should be offended if somebody sees her ring and approaches her. That's the perspective he was speaking from. And actually, I'm in agreement with him. You should see it as an offense if somebody can openly feel like they can come up to you and speak to you any old kind of way. You wouldn't let somebody come up and call you a bitch to your face. So it should be seen as a slap in the face to your marriage that somebody can look at you and walk up to you and just say any old kind of thing. So I'm in agreement with him. Do I think it's realistic that people are going to do that? Absolutely not, because everybody likes to be flattered. Let's keep it a bang. But what he said in retrospect, it's nothing wrong with what he said at all.
Just for the record, I understood what he said.
Oh, well, why did you answer from the perspective that he said it rather than something else?
Because I'm a grown man. I can answer how I want to answer.
Oh, man, y'all killing me, man.
It's your perspective. You took a different perspective. You're open to that?
No, that wasn't a different perspective. He said it exactly how he said it.
You know what that man was thinking?
Perspective
Did you know what that man was thinking? No, you didn't. No,
he said what he was thinking.
No, you didn't.
He literally said, "Am I the only one tripping?"
No, I understand what he was saying, sweetie. Sweetie, we got what he was saying. We simply saying. So there's a listen. This is where they call the red pill community. Me, Ricky, Humble Dad, we live in the real world. We know that people are going to see your wife.
They're going to
see how bad she is. They're going to see how bad she is. The brother's going to see the ring on her finger and he don't care. I realize that's the nature of man. It's all about the nature of women and the nature of man. And do you understand it? Now, am I going to get mad at somebody for being what they are? No, I'm not tripping off of that. It's no different than the story of the scorpion and the frog. You know, I'm not mad that a scorpion stings the frog and they both drown. And the frog is like, why'd you sting me? He said, because I'm a scorpion. What you want me to do? You thought I was going to change my spot. You thought I was going to be different than who I naturally am. Dudes out there is going to be naturally who they are and is going to try to crack your chick. You want me to be offended because a scorpion is stinging? Is because a snake is biting? It's because a guy, a horn dog dirtbag is out there being a horn dog dirtbag. I ain't tripping off of him. I'm tripping if my wife allows that. We understood the question clear. So, and the brother was saying we should get mad because he saw the ring and he saw it. He knows unequivocally that she's married.
That's not what he said. He said she should be offended. He said nothing about us being offended. He said she should be offended. And we should be offended if a woman comes up to us and has something to say to us while we were married. I mean, Trigger Mike, if you want to replay it, but that was the context. He was saying she should be offended.
But I think it's
he's asking us.
Okay, let's even go with that. I would still disagree because how can I say it like this? Which one is more attractive? A married man or a single man?
Why does that matter?
Because it matters a lot.
It does
because of because you're taken. So that means that somebody wanted you. So you must be good. You're good enough for one. So you may be good enough for me to even attempt to do, because there are people that do it, right? So what I'm saying in the same sense, a married woman is more attractive than a single woman, right? Because that means there was a dude that was willing to wife her up, take her off the market. So she must be a dope chick versus a single woman, which you all out here struggling to deal with. You feel me? So if a dude is coming up to holler at her, then that means I must have did something pretty well. That's how.
Let me ask you a question.
You always ask.
Can somebody walk in your house and start dogging the shit out of your house without you getting offended?
Really bad analogy. Try another one.
No, it's a really good analogy because we're talking about being offended by someone's actions. I'm not saying
coming into my house.
Right. So if somebody comes to your house, can they just talk shit about your house? And you be like, you know what? Hey, that's what people do when they jealous of you. They talk shit. Or you gonna be like,
I like answering directly. The answer is yes, I would be offended if I allowed somebody to come into my house and step on my sofa.
If I allowed
a brother to come into my house and step on my sofa, if I allowed somebody to come in and put their feet on my bed, I'm gonna be offended. Now the question is, who am I allowing in my house? Fair. Now, if I have a public house with no doors, no locks, no nothing, and Am I tripping that transients or homeless people are coming in, doing what transients and homeless people are doing because I allowed these, because I didn't keep my security up, or people are coming to my house that I didn't invite? No, I'm not. I'm gonna be like, why am I allowed? Why did I do that? But if I'm allowing them in, Sweeney, that's a different question.
So you would be offended with yourself, not the person offending you.
What I'm saying is this. This is what I'm saying. Let's simplify and move on. What I'm saying is this. I cannot impart what I feel on a separate third party. That's what you're saying. You're saying, oh, a person that your wife should feel a certain type of way, that this man should know. What are you talking about? The thing is that, let's say a man stepped to your girl. It ain't even got to be ugly for her to get her off of him. Get her off of her. Hey, sir, I'm married. Please move on.
Again, y'all.
Right? Hold on. Let me finish.
Go ahead, bro.
Right? Please move on. Right? And again, you have no effect, hold, or power over that third party. Right? That's the way you feel. That's the way he feels. But he has no right to impart his feelings on a separate third party that ain't got nothing to do with him. The disrespect lies between him and his mate, not no third party.
Again, this is the problem that we're having here.
All right, last comment. We're gonna move on after this.
This is the problem that we're having here. You're not imparting anything on anybody to feel disrespected or be offended. Being offended is your own personal feeling. Nobody telling you that you have to go out there and do anything. But if somebody offends you can say, I'm not going to deal with you no more. If somebody walks up to you and talks to you any old kind of way, you have a way that you can handle that. You can handle that in a number of ways. That's all the man is saying, is that you should feel offended when somebody disrespects your relationship or disrespects your spouse when they step to you. It's nothing about what you got to do, how you got to do it. If that's you getting up from the table and saying, I'm not going to associate with you no more, it's still an action. Just like if somebody came up to you and called you a bitch to your face, that don't mean you can be offended. That's being offended. You ain't gonna sit there and be like, oh, well, yeah, I guess I'm a bitch then. Well, that's what bitches do. So they call each other bitches. No, you're gonna be like, hey, I take that as disrespect. It's the same way. If somebody walk up to you and notices that you're in a relationship, this is all he's saying. I'm not making an argument that this is what I would do or whatever. I'm just saying this is what he's saying. If somebody comes up to you, you should feel disrespected when somebody steps to you and disrespects your marriage by trying to shoot their shot at you, knowing that you're married.
All right.
Okay. So you switched it. You put it back on the men.
We're gonna come back to it. After everybody's gone. We're gonna chop it up. Luis, my man, what's going on? Good evening. Let's get your take.
Good evening, fellas. Yeah, it's been a good take so far. So, look, this is my take. Shooters are gonna shoot, and my thing is that if shooters are gonna shoot, is your wife properly prepared to block all attempts that come her way, regardless of space and place and time, wherever it happens, right? And sort of to answer the topic, sorry, I went up. To answer the topic, I'm going to say this. No one could offend you without your permission. No one can offend you without your permission, right? My thing is, are you prepared as a man to accept the reality that you have an attractive woman and other men are going to constantly try to break into your vehicle like Shane had laid out earlier, right? You just need to.
My boyfriend turned 20.
Yeah, that's just my thing. We just need to understand, those types of dynamics happening. They don't need to come home and report to you like, hey, I was at the supermarket and this guy came up to me and he shot his shot. We know the realities of what's happening out here and how certain men are moving. You know what I'm saying? My thing is your wife properly, mentally, prepared to block all those attempts? Because I know that it's flattering to receive a compliment from other people, men or women alike. But I think you got to be able to take them straight at face value. And the moment that they don't get the hint that you are already off the market and taken, it's at that point that you need to revert and cut all ties, regardless of whether it's positive or negative on both sides. So that's all I have.
I think I know what DeJuan gonna say. What you think, DeJuan?
I look at it like this, bro. It's plain and simple. All right. If you decided to marry a chick, she once had to be a good girlfriend. You had to already have that loyalty established. So every man know if you get a bad chick, if you get a high quality chick that everybody wants and looks at, you know what comes with it. So you have to already be prepared for that. But you got to also know that your girl is loyal to you. Loyalty is everything. Being disrespected, I'm with the other guys on that. I wouldn't necessarily feel disrespected unless they see me with my woman and they trying her. Now I feel disrespected. But if she's out by herself, you're gonna have vultures. You're gonna have these type of guys that's gonna go after these women. They don't care about what you think because some of these women actually go for it. You got some of these women that go for it. So if he's out here doing this and say, for instance, he holler at 10 married chicks, 9 times out of 10, he's going to get one of them. He's going to get one of them. So him being turned down or whatever by your girl, that's a good thing for you. But I got a bad chick. My chick is bad as hell. I know she bad. I ain't worried about that because I know where my loyalty stand with her. So I know all the time when she's out and about, she's in the gym, she's working out, they are at her neck. But I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried. That's something you can't be worried about. That's something you can't feel disrespected about, especially if you're not around her. Like I said, it's different if you are with your girl and someone approaches her and they continue to approach her. Now it's different. Now it's being disrespectful. I feel like it's disrespectful if it's a friend of yours that know that's your girl and he's approaching her. Now it's disrespectful. But just to feel disrespected because somebody hollering at your chick, nah, I don't really agree with that. I just feel like that's what comes with that. You're gonna have these type of guys. You just have to deal with it. You just have to make sure home is safe and secure. Like my boy said, if you know your girl loyal, you don't give no shit about all that bullshit. Niggas can try all they want. It don't matter. Like my girl always tell me, she don't care if it's another nigga with more money, better looks, whatever. What I establish in our household, can't no other guy take that away from us unless I fuck up. So if you doing everything you supposed to do for your woman, women are very loyal. Very like a lot of us men don't like to say this shit, but women are more loyal than men. Like I would say this shit. Like a lot of women are more loyal than men are. I'm not saying all of them, but majority of the women are more loyal than men. Men are quicker to fuck off than a woman is. I mean, it's true. But if you got you a real one, bruh, I just feel like all that shit starts in the beginning when y'all date and you have to build that loyalty and trust. I'm the type of nigga, bro, I'll let my bitch walk in the store before me because I know she bad. That shit really don't make me nothing. That shit just confirms that, yeah, you got you one. And that's all I'm saying.
It takes a certain kind of man to date a dime, right?
Exactly.
Hey, Trigger, can you replay that video?
And hold on, because I know my boy he's gonna go back to answering the question. Talking about should men feel offended when a woman approaches us? I'm gonna tell you some real shit. I just smile and be like, yeah, I still got it. But it's up to you. It's up to you to go on with that bullshit. You gotta let them know, like, hey, look, you gotta go and stamp that down. Like, hey, look, I appreciate the compliments, but I got me somebody. I'm good. Here's my ring. I don't know if you didn't see it or not. But you know, that just goes for whoever. You know what I'm saying? If you that type of nigga that's gonna try to sneak around and fuck off with somebody that you know that knows you married, then that's just you, bro. But if you a real loyal nigga, bro, you got loyalty go both ways, bro.
All right. Hank, let's get you in there.
Man, my man's day one said, I don't know about they the most loyal. Depends on what you consider cheating, I guess. You know, if you just think sleep around is cheating, then I can agree with that. But if you consider more like a woman flirting, entertaining other men, having inappropriate conversation, going out to having a work husband and all that other shit is cheating, these heifers don't stand a chance against us then. they do it way more, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I didn't say all of them. I didn't say all of them. Well, I'll just put it like this, bro. Every female that I've dated, I know they for me. I'll just put it like that. I'll fix my comment. I'll just say I know every female that
no, you ain't got to do it, brother. If that's what you feel, that's what you feel. I mean, that's your opinion. We don't roll with it. But in my opinion,
they don't want to get shot. They know they're gonna get shot if they cheat on you.
The caliber of women that I date and mess around with, it takes a while before I give us a label anyway, because I be wanting to see what type of person you are for a long time. So I'm not even giving us a label until I know for sure that you are what I'm looking for. So
hey,
I got you. Well, let me finish up. Let me finish up. I'm a dime plus 99, and I don't blame a heifer for trying to get at me. I don't blame her at all. She should if she wants to. But then I'm gonna have to let her know, hey, I'm not available for you. I'm available for Mrs. Hink, and you not her. So this ain't it's not how it's going down now. And so if somebody shoots a shot at my wife, I wouldn't be mad. I don't blame them. I want a woman who's pretty and beautiful enough that's worth looking at and shooting a shot at. And if I don't, I have to reevaluate my taste. So I don't have no problem with it. I'm not offended by it. I guess what my man was saying, he's more offended by the people's morals, that they have no morals enough alone to even try to take a shot at somebody who's married. And I understand that. I can respect that. But I'm thinking that's what he's basing it on. But again, I don't have a problem. I'm not gonna get offended, and my lady's not gonna get offended, because we know we trust each other. So we in a good place. So as long as you're secure about I feel like your relationship, you should be good. I mean, now if you one of those somebody who has self-esteem issues, who's worried about every little thing this woman do, you might not even want to get with a woman, because you might consider everything questionable if your mindset ain't right. So that's just my answer.
All right, that's what's up, Sean Antonio.
Gee, I'm gonna keep this brief because it's pretty much an amalgamation of what everybody said. Lou said the exact words I was gonna say: shooters shoot. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got a bad chick, bro, somebody gonna test her. And you know why? Because married chicks go. They get down. As much as we like to act like it's a bunch of chicks out here that's married and don't cheat, that's not the truth. A bunch of married chicks be acting like they single. So why wouldn't they shoot? Shit, he don't owe me nothing to not shoot at my chick. Why would he care about that ring? That's on her. That's on her to say yes or no. Me as a man, I'm not going to sit around worrying about whether or not she say yes or no. If she say yes and I find out she say yes, then I get to decide how I handle that shit going forward. If cheating is a deal breaker, I'm out. You know what I mean? If it ain't a deal breaker because I'm doing my thing too, then we're going to have a conversation and come up with an agreement. You feel me? But shooters going to shoot, bro. If your chick bad, niggas going to shoot at her. And some niggas that know you are going to shoot at her. And it just is what it is. It comes with the game. If you want a bad chick, bro, it comes with the territory.
Damn.
Hey, I was just curious.
They know you.
I was just curious. What happened to the short answer?
I've lost all hope after that.
Hey, Sean, Humble Dad said you said you're gonna take it easy on Humble Dad, but don't look like Humble Dad got the memo.
That's all.
Goddamn.
I'll give you one free pass.
All right, Black Spider-Man, what you got? Please,
It's Spider Guy, but most people see wedding rings as promise rings, right? In this day and age, the institution of marriage is just not what it used to be. It's not really connected to God. It's connected to the state and the government, right? So if, somebody's expecting me to get upset because, I'm being hit on because I have a wedding ring. Again, most people don't even see a wedding ring as a wedding ring, if you get what I'm trying to say. They see it as a piece of metal that can be easily taken off at any moment. If somebody wants to shoot their shot at my girl, like my father always says, if your mother want to leave, she can leave at any moment. I'm good. She knows what she's got. I provide. I do what I'm supposed to, but I can't worry about her all the time because I'm not in control of that. Again, maybe if this was 1960, I'd be like, yeah, I should be upset. But it's 2023. You got girls out here talking about how they got sneaky links. I got my sneaky link in Miami. my husband in New York, my second sneaky link in Canada. So, I mean, you know, we could want these idealistic things to go about where we all hold ourselves true to some kind of honor and respect, and that would be awesome. But until we add value back to the marriage institution, and I feel like take it away from the state and maybe bring it closer to some kind of religious like system. And I'm not religious myself, but I do understand the value of having God within that unity. When you make it about money and contracts, it takes away from what it's supposed to be. So I think it's unrealistic to expect people to get upset. Again, most people see a wedding ring as either a retirement fund for a lot of women out there. Some people see it as a piece of plastic or a piece of metal that can be easily taken off. It's unfortunate today, the world we live in today. So that's just my take on that.
So, and I'm glad that you brought it within that context, because you're right. In an idealistic world, that's what he was speaking to. That's why he said you should be offended, because technically, if somebody comes up, you should feel some form of you should take it as a personal affront if somebody comes in and disrespects your marriage. However, as y'all already said, we live in a different time. So marriage is modernized to where you can't be offended, but that does not mean what he said is not true. You should take it as personal disrespect if somebody can see that you're in a union before God and the state and be like, you know what, fuck your union.
We definitely should have with a lot of things, but you know, unfortunately, again, with social media and the breakdown of old school traditionalistic values, I feel like that's not as realistic as we would want it to be.
Now I will say this though: if we can't talk about certain traditions and getting away from them because it is what it is, but then we try to hold other people or try to maintain other traditions. So if we're gonna be modern, let's be modern.
Hey, Sweeney, right. You married, bro?
So let me ask him this question connected to his question. So if I'm offended, what do I do with that?
Good question.
Nobody told you had to do anything about it.
No.
So what am I offended for if I'm not gonna do something with it?
Or what's the point?
You can do a number of things with that. You can not associate with that person. You can walk away. You can slap the shit out of them. Hey, not saying you should do it. Like, there's a number of things you can do if you're offended.
Like some tender dick nigga shit.
So walking away from somebody because she offended your marriage is tender dick?
And I might as well not be offended if I'm going to walk away.
That shit just sound tender dick.
So the only thing that you can do when you're offended is hurt somebody or do something about it. There's no other options in the world.
Why you would want to be offended though? Like, what you gonna be offended for? Like,
why you gotta go for violence, Sweeney? Why you gotta go?
I mean, they the one who said, "Hey, if I can't walk away, then what am I being offended
Sweeney,
for?"
Let's see if we keep in the buck today. Hey, Sweeney,
like I said earlier, man.
Hey, Sweeney, you ever tried to holler at a married woman?
No.
Any time in your life?
No.
Why not?
Because I actually respect that union.
Because he has moral, like be offensive.
Negro.
Because I respect the union.
You different, bro. I don't give a fuck. If I don't know you, I don't know you.
And Trigger Mike, and that is the reason.
That's what's wrong with the black community, right?
We got the answers that we got right now because nobody gives a fuck.
Negro right here.
Nobody gives a fuck.
I'm gonna put it like this, bro. I don't do drugs, right? I'm assuming most of y'all don't do drugs. If somebody put some drugs in front of you, are you gonna do them?
What?
No,
that's not.
No,
I'm saying the point of the matter is, bro. If she not into it, she not into it. She gonna say yes. She gonna say no, or she gonna go.
Nobody's talking about what she.
No, I'm talking about in regards to what I said. The fact that I don't care. I'm saying I don't care if she values. It's on her to care about her union. I don't give a shit. It's not my business unless it's one of my guys.
All right. So the thing is that, and you're absolutely right. It's not your job to care, but she can still be offended. Just like if you walked up, you cannot care. You cannot care about her and call her a bitch.
Or she could really be.
Is that not offensive to her?
And want some side nigga dick.
That may be the case, but we're talking about what should be. I'm not talking about what is.
Hey,
what should be. I'm not talking about what
no honor amongst
the
y'all.
No, see,
but they ain't, right?
I'm talking about what you said.
You cannot press your view on an independent third party. That's what he was saying. That's what he was saying that people should do. You should be offended. No, you can't. You can't put that off on a third party.
Nobody's putting anything off. What are you putting off on a third party? You telling me that the third party is supposed to be offended for you? I didn't say that. Neither did he. He said,
I don't think you understand what the statement is going on.
No, I understand very well.
I don't think you do, because
All
if
right.
you tell somebody that they should do something, then that means that you're telling them that
needs to be a follower.
What they're doing is wrong, which is you're pressing upon your particular opinion upon them. That's what that is. You know what I'm saying? I know it's a challenge sometimes, but you gotta listen, bro. You know what I'm saying? You didn't, because if you say, like, for example, if I say you should do something, right? I'm telling you that you are doing it wrong, and what I'm saying should go for you. That's what they're saying, and that's what the dude said.
And we
All
really,
right, so the thing is,
hold
on, let me respond to that. Let me respond to him real quick. So the thing is, I understand exactly what y'all are saying. And again, I'm not sitting here telling y'all what y'all should or shouldn't do. I'm saying he was arguing this from a moral standpoint of being disrespectful, having your union disrespect. Whether you decide to do it or not, that's on y'all. Y'all have already expressed that this is the world we live in. We talk about what people should, hold on, wait. We talk about what people should do on this panel all the time. We have no problem doing it. So I'm not saying, hold on, wait. All I said was what I think he was, what I thought he meant, and that's it.
I got you. We got you, Sweeney. But here, listen, thing. So the whole purpose that we've been doing this show going on 2 years is to give advice. The whole purpose of King Talk is for us to give advice to other kings and young kings in the making. So when Humble Dad asks you the question, so what do you do with the offense now? Okay, so say we go with your route. You should be offended. Brothers, young men out there, somebody sees your wife while she's out shopping at the grocery store and she's all alone. She just on the cereal aisle and she has her wedding ring on and somebody tries to talk to her. You should be offended. That's your advice to King.
No, that was not what I said at all. That's not what I said. Hold on, you're arguing something I never said.
Listen,
and he never said that.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, y'all are arguing something I never said.
So listen to me, Sweeney. You should be offended. Now, that was the way the question was posed on this panel. The brother on the video was saying that the wife should be offended because she's on the aisle. Can't you see that I'm married? Why would you try to talk to me? You know, go keep doing your shopping. That's what you saying that the brother's saying. What we're saying is, what do you do with that?
Okay.
What do you do?
So
what do you do?
Again, we're having two different. All right, so we're not
arguments. I know we are. Yes, we are having two different conversations. One about the woman and one about the men. But this is
you're
talk.
So you're explaining something. You're making an explanation that's unnecessary. I'm not arguing what you just said. So you're making an unnecessary
So then listen
argument.
to me, Sweeney. I know, Sweeney. I know you just have to speak. I know you do.
No, it's not that. You're arguing something I never argued against.
To listen to somebody finish. I got you.
But you're arguing something
I never argued. On the king side.
All right, let him finish, then you respond.
Go ahead, bro.
I'm asking you on the king side, since this is king talk, not king and queen talk. We heard the video and the question was posed to us kings, and we're teaching other people. And so I'm telling young men and everybody, brother, don't be offended if somebody try to holler at your woman. It's a waste of energy. Okay. That's what shooters, Sean Antonio Lewis, shooters is going to shoot. That's what's going to happen. And you fuck around. And there's a whole lot of homies I got friends in jail who acted on some shit that a woman took. Don't do that. We need you to be a little bit more cool, calm, and collected. And somebody trying to holler at your dime of a wife, expect that. That's what we're telling people. What are you telling them exactly, Sweeney?
So
the kings.
This is where we miss
what do
the
you
mark.
do with that offense?
Again, I never told them they should be offended to somebody.
I know you didn't. So I'm asking you now.
All right.
What do you do with that offense?
I never made that statement, so there's nothing for me to say. I know you didn't.
So I'm asking you now. What do you do?
I'm not gonna. I don't say. I never said anything. Nobody should be offended. So what's the point of me answering that question? You can ask me why should I be offended if somebody cracked at me, knowing that I was married? Because that's the argument I'm making. I never said anything about a man going out there and be like, "Hey, you trying to holler at my wife? I'm offended." I never made that statement. Never made that claim. I could have
sworn when Black Spider Guy said that the tradition of marriage and whatnot, and somebody see that it's beyond God, and that was your words. You know, when they see that,
but I'm still arguing it. Right, but I'm still arguing it from. I'm still arguing it. I'm still arguing it from the perspective I've already given. Is that you should take it as a personal affront if somebody sees you married and walks up to you and feels the need to holler at you. I never said anything about feeling disrespected if somebody tries to crack at your wife. That was never my argument. Never made that argument. That's why I said we're making two different arguments.
You got it.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
All right. I'm about to hijack this whole damn thing. Y'all monopolizing. All right. So I'm gonna get it from a different angle that I don't think anybody So Shannon was right. We hit it from the king angle, right? Like, all right, what to do. But as a married man, I think I never knew. Nobody ever really trained me for this. You start getting more attention when you're married. I know most of y'all have experienced that. And I didn't understand it because I was naive to the point where I thought that if I'm done with that part of my life and I mean well and I'm looking to be focused only on my family, then women should see that and leave me alone. I was wrong. I was wrong. So what I mean so I get what he means when he says you should be offended, because now I am more so offended when I get propositioned only because it's more so like, yo, I'm trying to be on the straight and narrow. Why you trying me like this? And it's the more that you're not looking at women for some reason, the more they are attracted to you. The more you literally act like they don't exist. Like, I'm just here to do my work, clock in, clock out. When they see you move in that way and you don't pay them any attention, you're not looking at their butt and you're not telling them their hair look cute, that is the dude they want the most. And that is usually a married man. So I do agree that some men should actually start taking offense. Here's why. I know every once in a while we want to be, know we still got it and all of that. But the reason why I started getting offended, because I know it's not really about me. Women want to actually compete with your wife. They just want to mess up a good thing because it ain't theirs. So I get offended to the point where it's like, lady, you just like playing games. You got that
about
little
your girl 90% of the time, bro.
You got that little demon spirit in you. Don't
bro.
put that on me. You messy. Like, something about me, I don't know, in these last few years, I detest messy ass women. I like, literally, we all used to love them, but a woman that's just messy, that got no couth about herself, no respect, no decorum, I can't stand them women. So I actually do get offended, and I'll tell y'all dudes, the grocery store, the more responsible you look, the more they're gonna come at you. If you see a woman that was previously on the other side of the store trying to do that cross cart thing with you, where she constantly, excuse me, and won't you just over there by the bread? But she's trying to get a side profile so you can look at her ass. No, I'm telling you, they've gotten this down to a science.
They see the value in you, man. They see the value in you.
Don't be out there looking responsible with your kids with you, buying them donuts.
Bro, what are you talking about? Don't look responsible.
That's crazy. So Trigger, but you saying that you feel that you feel offended that the woman that sees you shopping responsibly and looking clean, like you got a clean refrigerator and shit, you feel offended because she tried to cross over you and didn't just go the other way because she saw your ring?
So that particular woman, I laugh. I'm like, damn, because it's an epidemic at this point. Singleness is an epidemic. All right, but I'm talking about the woman that I'm more so referring to as like the work wife, quote unquote. That's the woman where you have to interact with personally.
Bro, you were just at the grocery store. Now we at work.
Yeah,
Make up your mind.
They in the cubicle next to you for the last 2
Sweeney,
years.
I'm with you. These dudes purposely crossing people's words up. I'm with you. Fire on all these Negroes. But anyway,
you said it.
Anyway, we're gonna read these super chats. That was a hot topic. That was a dope icebreaker.
I'm sitting over here like, dang,
the host
man, I
can do
never
that.
made that argument.
The host can do that. I'm a divert from these Negroes. All right, if you just tuning in, welcome to King Talk on the Lapeef Network. We got an all-star panel. This is a fire conversation so far. Let's get these super chats read. We always appreciate any support you can give. We got Humble Dad. We trying to use you, Humble Dad, and you're getting married. Go ahead and throw him a super chat and a congrats for that. We always like to see that, of course, in the Black community, holding it down. We got a man getting married, holding it down for his children and the lady. Grizz Treats 199. Shout out Ricky. The real is in the building. Ricky got fans out here. My man, Team Fatty. Hinks looks old as fuck. His pronouns are grandpa and ancestor. Salute to Trigger Michael. Y'all stop calling me that. Ricky, Shannon, Antonio, and Sweeney, I guess.
Man, Fatty, I thought we was cool, bro. I thought we was cool, bro.
I agree that you should posture your relationship to block all attempts. My girl knows what to address, so do I. Don't be asking me if I work out and we in the grocery store. See what I'm saying? Y'all not slick, sis. Team Fatty, 5, foreign currency. Sean Antonio said one thing most men won't admit. Bored married women are the easiest to get. Let's talk about it. Look, somebody send me something because people be like, I don't want to know. Nigga, I want to know. I want to know.
Hey.
Public enemy number 1, Bird Gang, $5. I always tune in when Rick, Big Hink, and Shannon on the show. Salute to you. Public enemy number 1, Bird Gang, $2. Sweeney, you can't simp on King Talk, bro.
I didn't know being offended that somebody tried to disrespect your marriage is simping. Like, God damn, we can't.
Damn.
Not even for your wife?
No honor, bro. No honor.
Your wife?
Vincent Minot, $2. Team Shan.
What the hell was that? Somebody get. Hey,
That's
is Shannon back there get yelled at already?
That hot mic got me.
She back there like, you better be offended, nigga.
Yo. All I heard was pineapples. That was crazy. That was crazy. All right, y'all. We appreciate the super chats. Keep those coming. Thank you for your support so far. And if you're just tuning in, welcome to King Talk. We're going to get the next topic rolling for you. And what we got on the next topic is, why don't men seem to like their wives or women? All right, I got another video for you on that. Stay tuned. We're going to start with is it the one or day one? The one, and then Black Spider guy after that. Stay tuned for the video.
Around asking men for advice about getting married, and now that I'm 4 years in, I realize that a lot of these men didn't like their wives. After I posted that video, this comment read, "Can you talk more about liking your wife?" So many men seem to generally dislike and seem to be annoyed by women they love but don't like. What I've both seen and learned as I've grown is that men will marry women who serve them even if they don't like them. That's how patriarchy conditions them. For example, if you ask a cis man what he likes about his partner, he'll soon begin listing the ways in which she serves him. You know what I mean? Like, I think society conditions men to not like women. Like, you love them, you feel a sense of duty towards them, you get one and you take care of them because that's what men do, we're taught. And you're hearing your whole life from church, the men in your life, the media, that women talk too much, they don't listen, they're disagreeable, they're emotional. Cis men tend to like other men in non-romantic ways. They like being around their guys and spending time with them, and sometimes these men talk to each other about how much they don't like their wives. But men will marry women who serve them, who are submissive and obedient and who know their place. Because as I've said, in the eyes of patriarchy, there can be no relationship without control. All liking someone is feeling attraction towards them or taking pleasure in them, delighting in them. Like, I like my wife, I like talking to her and being around her. Even if we're not doing stuff together, I feel better knowing that we're occupying the same space. I like her laugh and the way she speaks. Sometimes I just like watching her exist. Something about it fills me up, inspires me, reminds me. Like, she's my person, my favorite person. Seeing her makes me feel happy and safe. Yes, we're people that argue. Sometimes we annoy each other. But because we like each other, it doesn't take long for either of us to begin a resolution. Because who wants to not be talking to someone they actually like for the sake of pride? Thank you for watching, and like and follow for more content.
You can cut that clown off.
All right, so that dude lost me when he started using the expression cis men.
That's when I knew he had an agenda. I've seen that video before.
Me too.
I'm a goddamn man. What is a cis man?
That nigga wear jupe. Fuck out of here, man.
Man, I'm telling you, hey, Uncle Rick, when I seen that video for the first time, I immediately caught that and said, "Oh, that's an agenda right there."
That's an agenda. What the hell is a cis man? I'm a goddamn man. All right. The one. I'm sorry you got to go first on this one. I'm sorry, bro. I didn't set you up. I didn't know what was going to happen when I clicked on the video.
That's cool, man.
Why don't men seem to like their wives or women? You got the floor.
All right. I feel like some niggas get themselves trapped in relationships like that because their whole agenda wasn't to actually be with them for love. They was actually getting in a relationship to gain something monetary or just try to get a place to live. You talking about niggas that ain't got their shit together when you say a man that doesn't like his wife or his girlfriend. These are the type of niggas that go around preying on women, telling lies to women just to get ahead. And now that they got what they want, or if they can't get what they want, the motherfucker that they really like, or the type of women they really like that they can't get, causes them to look at their wife or their girlfriend in disgust because you got in that relationship for the wrong reason. So I feel like I see it a lot. A lot of guys date overweight women. There's nothing wrong with overweight women because I mean, it's overweight women is beautiful too. But I feel like if that is a problem, with you, and it shouldn't be no problem with a man having standards, just like a woman should have standards too. It should be no problem. But if you don't like a certain thing about a woman, why are you even putting yourself in that situation to where you're going to be locked down like that? I just feel like the reason they don't like them is because they in a relationship for the wrong reason. They not in it for love. They just trying to get over or trying to get ahead.
Indeed. Black Spider Guy, you're next. What you got on it?
I think that men wanting to hang out with their bros is a totally normal thing. I have more in common with my best friend of 20 years than I will the woman that I'm choosing to be with for the rest of my life. I feel like men and women love each other in different ways. My father would always say, I don't got to tell your mother I love her. She knows I love her by what I do and how I do it. I feel like in this day and age where men are not as masculine as they're supposed to be, there's this desire to make men equal in the playing field of femininity. And this guy is obviously talking about that. And, oh, well, I'm super close with my wife. And it's like, look, at the end of the day, a woman is going to want me because I'm strong, I'm powerful, I'm within my frame. If I start to break that down and become more like her, she's going to lose interest in me. She just is, because again, she wants me for my masculinity. I want her for her femininity. Now, are there guys out there that'll date a woman and not really like her because they want to gain? Of course. But I think there's a majority of men that do care for their women, but their women don't like that they're not expressing that care in the way they want to receive it. And so we live in a day and age where, because of this whole equality and men and women are the same shit, it's making it seem as if, well, why does my husband always hang out with his friends all the time? That must mean he doesn't like me. No, he just needs a break. No, he needs to hang out with the tribe and be around his bros for a bit before he comes to you and deals with you and your issues and your problems. Men need a break, a recharge. But again, the society is focused so heavily on what the needs of women are, it tends to ignore what men want. And anytime we try to do anything that benefits us mentally, it's seen as a negative for the women, and not necessarily he's just trying to heal or recharge for the next bout of dealing with me and my issues and my attitude and my problems and all the things I ask him to solve. That's my take.
All right. Who do I got? HD.
Oh man. Why don't men seem to like their wives or women? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, I've for those that don't know, I was married before. I loved my wife. You know what I'm saying? There were times that I didn't like her. You know what I'm saying? Just because we may have had a disagreement or something of that nature, or she didn't do something that I asked her to do. But at the end of the day, I loved her. All right. And then the woman that I'm marrying now, I mean, sometimes I don't like her because, I mean, we're two different people that have differences of opinion at times, right? But overall, I love her, and the majority of the time, I do like her, right? So, if you are, I think it was that one that said, like, why would you be with somebody that you don't like, right? If you've gotten to the point of even proposing and marrying a woman, I would hope that you understood that the vows are to death do you part, and there's better or worse, and there will be seasons and times where it's just a rocky time that you may not even like each other. I don't know, for a year. You know what I'm saying? That's very plausible. So why don't they seem to like them? It's because they have probably, I'm gonna just guess, right? They have set a particular standard, and the woman or wife has not met it, or there's an expectation that they had, and the wife or the woman is not meeting it. So I would say that would be the reason why they may not like them, but it should be addressed if you don't like them, and then and see what happens from there. That's my take.
Nice. That was solid. All right, Luis. What you got?
So, my take is kind of this. Why do men seem to not like their wives? I'm going to say it this way. I think that most men are going to underperform in their relationship because they're uninspired to become the man that they're supposed to be, because they know they're with the woman that they know that they don't want to be with. And they're stuck in this rat race because, they didn't evaluate if they wanted to be in that relationship. It's, people come together at some point, they meet and they connect, and, things kind of start off, but he's not where he needs to be. He's not, he knows that that's not the woman that he wants, but she's right. She's right now. She's not Mrs. Right, but she's Mrs. Right now. And that tends to kind of put a lot of people in, that tends to put people in a bad space at times. You're not always going to like your partner. You're gonna have good days. You're gonna have bad days. To Humble Dad's point, you're always going to find moments of disagreements, but you reconcile, and there's conversations that kind of help you navigate that conflict. Men who are honestly not really interested in those type of women, who are just using them and are not really trying to engage, it's kind of almost like a hobosexual. They're just living off of them and living in a certain type of condition. But expectations is one of the things that has dragged on, that I see that seems to kind of drag on relationships, because, there's this expectation in people's heads that people are not talking about. That communication factor, where you're telling that person, like, this is what I want out of this relationship. And a lot of people are not letting the person know. You know what I'm saying? Some people just want a good time, and they're afraid to tell that person that what they want, because they know as soon as they let them know what they want, they might walk away, or they might withhold that from them. So, yeah, I think that the expectation of not setting the expectation up front is what put people in these types of relationship dynamics, that they don't end up liking the person that they're with, especially their wife.
Nice. All right, Hank.
Yeah, if I dislike my wife more than I like her, yeah, I done fucked up. I done fucked up. I done made a bad decision. I made a bad investment, and now I got to recalculate. You know what I mean, and evaluate what I'm doing, and what. Why did I make this decision? God damn, that's bad. But I like the woman I'm with, because she brings different stuff out of me. She has me look at things differently. She brings a softer side out of me that I normally don't show on a regular basis. So I'm good with that. I can't be a grizzly bear all the goddamn time, a mean person on this machine. I can't be like that all the time. And so she brings that soft side out of me, just like my granddaughter does. So I'm okay with that. So I don't understand why a lot of men do not like their wives and their women. I don't understand that. But, if that's the case, man, you have to look, like you said, look at yourself and see what you did wrong, and what was you looking for in a woman. You know what I'm saying? If you're just a good piece of ass, then dog, it's more than it's more. It needs to be more than that. It needs to be more than that. So,
just to add to that real quick, I don't know if men know this, but you set the tone in your marriage. So if you're not liking your wife, then that's mostly to do with you. And remember, you chose her.
I agree.
All right, Sweeney.
All right, first of all, I'm gonna say I agree with everything that everybody has pretty much already said. Y'all hit
We'll
that
see about
nail.
that.
Y'all hit the nail on the head, for real. But as far as this video and the question itself, obviously this is an agenda. This dude is trying to appeal to a specific crowd. And because how many times we've heard in these spaces or online or anything, what is the first thing women say about men when they're trying to question their masculinity or question their sexuality? They use things like, oh, these men love their wives, but they don't like them. Stuff like that. And then what you say, Humble Dad? No,
I'm just listening to you. I just how is it possible to love somebody but not?
Right.
I mean, it's a part of it. You can, you know what I'm saying, like you can not like something about them, but it can't be coexistent on a regular basis.
And that's the thing is that, and I truly, just like he just said, he said he likes his wife. I like my wife. I'm sure Humble Dad likes his wife. Well, soon to be wife. Congratulations. Shannon likes his wife. Trigger Mike likes his wife. There are times where you know what I mean, they may do some things that annoy the shit out of you. But I think we're talking about women that we're willing to die for. We work long hours for them. We put babies in them. And y'all, and here comes some fool on the internet talking about cisgender men don't like their wives. What?
Definitely an agenda. Definitely an agenda.
Who are you talking to? Clown, just because you just finally found a woman for the last 4 years and you ain't got no skin in the game, none of that. That's probably the first chick you ever smelt. And you gonna come out here trying to jump on us? Talk about, y'all don't like y'all wives. Who are you?
Not smelt.
Who is this dude? And I guarantee you, if you go in his comments, if you go and see who follows him on TikTok, more than likely it's gonna be a bunch of pronoun accepting, you know what I mean, members of the Rainbow Coalition talking about, clapping them up, talking about some king or queen, whatever they want to call him. Dude, a clown. We know what this is. This is taking pot shots at black men, straight ones to be specific. We love and like our wives around here. I don't know what that fool talking about.
Damn. Solid. All right, Shan, what you got?
So most of the people that book a session to speak with me is typically men who are married and on the brink of divorce. And they get to the point where, and despite the message and what this guy is trying to, the agenda that he has, there are men out there that don't like their wives. But the reason why, and here's the answer. So, why don't men tend to typically like women or tend to like their wives? It's because a lot of men feel hoodwinked.
You took my... God.
I'm sorry, Trigger Mike. A lot of men feel hoodwinked. They feel bamboozled. Let me get my Malcolm X on. Women switch up.
Yep.
And I get it. Everybody knows, well, we're not going to be the same forever. I'm going to, the only thing that's constant is change. I get it. Everybody changed. But a lot of men, what they married or what they fell in love with became something else later. And what it became is like, what the hell? It could be that she gained weight and she don't give a damn. Well, we understand that people get older and gain weight, but when you gain weight and you just eating macaroni and cheese and you just don't give a damn, means you don't give a damn about even how I feel about how you were when we were dating. She don't give him head no more. Used to slop it up as a girlfriend, but as a wife, suddenly that department dried up.
That's just so wrong.
She stopped cooking. Humble Dad, sometimes she was cooking before she got the ring, she was cooking, she was making, salmon, and she was making lasagna, and she was in the kitchen half naked all the time. And then suddenly she expects him to go out and get takeout all the time when he's coming home from a hard day at work. Women switch up and men feel hoodwinked. And so as a result, man, I don't even like who she became. I liked who she was. I don't like who she is now. And because I'm locked in and it's cheaper to keep her, there's nothing I can do about it.
That's
then
a
you got
fact.
the other parts of it. Women feel 1 + 1 is 3. The hypocrisy that women can often use, the double standards that women use and weaponize it against men, expectations.
Shannon, could I ask a question real quick? Would you say it's because they've secured the financial stability, and now that they've secured the stability, there's no need for them to play the game in order to gain? Would you say that's why that happens?
Absolutely. The number one maker of millionaire women is divorce. worldwide. More women became millionaires because of divorce, not because of hard work or entrepreneurship or real estate.
Mm.
It's because it's because of divorce. And so once they and to them, it's stay married or not. It doesn't matter to me. I got the contract, and the state is gonna back me.
Also, Shannon,
and so now I can I don't give a fuck. I don't care about this. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do what I told. I'm not keeping up my end of the bargain in this relationship, whether it's marriage or girl. I'm not keeping up my end of the bargain, and there's no incentive for me to do so. And men don't like that, and they don't like and they're incentivized to do it, and they got their friends that's egging them on, and men don't like who she's become. I'll leave it at that.
Also, Shannon, I wanted to ask you this: do you think it's a little projection? Because again, we know who he's speaking for. Do you think it's a little projection? Because we know the numbers. 70% of these divorces are initiated by y'all. So y'all talking about who we don't like. You should be asking them, and also it's used. That's another excuse that they use. They try to they're 70% of the divorce rate, right? 70-80% of the divorce rate. Oh, well, why did you divorce him? Oh, well, it must have been him. He didn't like me. You have to come up with a reason that makes sense. So you'll say, oh, well, he didn't like me. These men don't like their wives. So that's why I had to let them go.
Yeah, and especially when it's something that can't be quantified. It's like, well, how can you argue a feeling? I just, so he don't like me. So then how can somebody say, well, prove it? You can't.
This is what seems like why a lot of dudes don't want to take that next step into marriage, because they're already getting everything that you would get in a marriage, without the state involved, without the paperwork involved. And sort of, I've heard of dudes. This is a couple true stories from a personal lived experience. I know a family member was with his girlfriend for like 14 years. Kids, house, everything, whatever. He elected to marry her. And then 3 years later, he was complaining. He's like, yeah, she just like stopped doing everything. She just wasn't cooking like she was before. She was complaining about a lot of just small things. And, like I've done all the work. I make sure we good trips and all that. And he was complaining about how she just stopped showing up how she used to be. And
she got the bag. She got the bag. No need for me to try now that I got what I need.
And I couldn't at the time, this was years ago, and at the time I couldn't quantify the reason why that was. And sure enough, like within them 3 years, like they ended up getting a divorce. You know what I'm saying? They split. They built up. They were fine for like 14, 15 years, and then they got married. And then she kind of changed up. So was it that she was never intentional from the very beginning, and she knew like this is the best guy that I could get, and he's doing everything that he needs to do on his part, and he's showing up, right? And I'm gonna do everything to secure and keep this man because I have nothing to secure me in this relationship, And then it seemed like maybe perhaps once she was solidified, she changed up.
You eliminated the chase. There's no need for me to try and do anything extra. That's what I feel. They're always trying to size up whether they can go to a better option or there's another option. But when you're a man and you're not giving them that concrete yes, and you're grinding and pushing, you're now a possibility. So she's all over the place. But once you say, okay, this is it, you've given her a stone to stand on. Now I don't have to try. Definitely.
And I agree with the point that Humble Dad brought up earlier, and it's important to highlight. You as the man set the tone in the relationship. You set the tone in the marriage, right? And I think that there are expectations that need to be laid out and talked about prior to getting married, prior to getting into this type of long-term monogamous relationship, whatever your dynamic is. And I think that step right there, those expectations, because a lot of people tend, and especially women too, they have this idea like they're going to do this, they're going to do that, but they really haven't talked about what they expect and how they're supposed to. They're like, I expect you to still cook. Even if we're married now, I still expect you to do these things and show up in this capacity, right? Like nothing has changed. And I think that conversation needs to be revisited all the time, you know. And this is why I always said, like, you got to check in with your person, because at times people get on autopilot and they forget forget that they're actually in a relationship and they need to still continue to show up in full capacity.
All right, Ricky, let's get you in there.
First and foremost, fuck what y'all talking about. This is a woman's argument. This is something women say because I don't like your stinking ass.
Did you hear what I said?
Because I'm able to dissect your bullshit. What y'all says, he must not like his wife. You on here on YouTube, Trigger Mike, ain't you married? You ain't happy with your wife? You on YouTube all the time complaining about single women. Because I can look at your stinking ass and tell you fucked up. Because the truth is, if you a real husband, ain't nobody gonna know how you treat your wife any goddamn way.
Did you hear what I said?
Y'all ain't gonna never know how I treat my wife because she's mine. She's not yours to see. She's not yours to dissect. Right? But y'all allow y'all women out in these spaces and putting all y'all business out in the world, right? See, that dude, that's when I tell y'all, when y'all be marrying y'all girlfriends. Right? And of course she happy because she move how she want to move and shake how she want to take. Girl trips every 6 months. I love and like my wife. You know how I prove that in my actions, nigga. Not what the fuck I tell y'all. And me and my wife got an understanding that y'all would never have. Because if you had it, your ass wouldn't be in the goddamn chat single than a bitch.
Damn.
Yeah,
that was vicious.
We gotta let that simmer for just 1 second. I can't give my answer after that, so we're gonna let that one simmer. All right, so I'm on Shan's. Like Shan kind of took what I was gonna say. Men do feel like they are hoodwinked. All right, but let's speak about the women that men are marrying today. If it seems like these men don't like their wife at any point in time, it's because women made themselves into something that is no longer likable. And the men are trying to figure it out because, as you can see clearly from the numbers, we don't leave. We're stuck, essentially, especially if kids are in there. All right, so let's go into what the dude said. We got our opinions about him or whatever, but he used the word inspirational to describe a woman. Do we think the modern woman is an inspirational woman when it comes to her man? Many of them are not. They are selfish. And just like Shan said, a lot of them are focused. They're laser focused on doing what is necessary to get that ring. They cooking damn near naked. They asking you what you want for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. My wife brought me 2 meals at the job a day when she was trying to get that ring. All right, so they do all of this stuff religiously when they're trying to get the ring and then hit a swift U-turn once they have it. All right, women are no longer vibrant. They're not that inspirational, and they're no longer likable. Men used to be amazed by their wives. Meaning, I understand women, and like I said, even on the previous topic, women will try to slide in there like, what's so special about her anyway? I look better than her. And that's one of the most immature statements a woman can make. Because a man is supposed to look at that woman like, do you know who this is? Do you know who this woman is? She's amazing to me. And if men don't feel like that about women anymore, we have to start looking a little bit, at least a small bit, at the women. Ask yourself, are you amazing? Do you have the ability to be viewed like that by a man? Are you consistent enough to keep the same level of behavior that you expect him to keep? And then maybe you'll see a turnaround where we have more men and women enjoying their marriage to the fullest, because that's really what it's all about. You got woman after woman that's single as hell, like Rick said, in the chat, talking down on marriage, telling y'all to ruin your lives so you can be miserable right along with their ass. And like idiots, more and more women are following them into the pit of hell. But anyway, that's what we got on that.
I add on? Can I add on before you go?
Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead, Rick. Go ahead, Rick. Cook 'em.
And what is liking? Because nowadays, if we talking about the modern woman, liking ain't being no leader. It's controlling. Liking ain't taking care of your woman. It's putting money in her pocket. Make sure her bag tight.
Yep.
Like I said, y'all niggas don't know what y'all want. Y'all want Steve Urkel and Superman. Y'all don't know what y'all want. Y'all date what y'all date y'all. And then when y'all get out in these streets, you know what, forget that. You notice how on the internet and social media, when a man like either me or Trigger Mike or a Humble Dad or Shannon, we'll go in on a female or something we can see, and it got to be real because we can diagnose it. It's there to be seen, right? And they'll say, "Oh, you hate women, but you a dog your baby daddy till he ain't got no more skin. Do you hate all men, bitch? Do you hate them all? No, it's just my baby daddy." Right? Somebody lying. I bet y'all liars, bro. That's the whole goddamn problem. Y'all liars. Y'all lie so much it becomes y'all reality. And then what's gonna happen is your ass gonna wake up. It's 45 and you don't know what to do. It's the same for the fellas. The best of the best, the creme de la creme. You're going to wake up and you're going to be 55, 60. Nigga, watch. Watch. All because you don't want to compromise.
All right.
Hey,
if
you know
you are
what?
just tuning in, who's that? Who wants
That
to?
was me.
Go ahead.
And you know what though, Rick?
Rick said he got to wake up at 70 though. He gave him an extra 20 years.
You know what though, and that's pretty much the take I've been getting from. I've been having that feeling too, Rick. Like I look at the chat, I look at these conversations happening online, and I'm like, "Hey, have at it. If this is what y'all want, this is what the world looks like. Y'all see it happening in real time. Man ain't marrying as much as they used to. Man ain't even shooting a shot as much as they used to. They're not even approaching. Y'all see the world, and the thing is like." I say this all the time. Hey, that traditional the traditional woman went away in the 50s and 60s and 70s. She went away and she said she ain't never coming back. They say it all the time. They tell us every day. They ain't never coming back. So did the traditional man. It's over with. Over with.
The traditional woman in the classic sense does not live in the package that you want, niggas. It's simply what it is. I was in Hawaii. Shout out to Hawaii. Shout out to Honolulu. I seen a big girl dressed to the nines with a dude that was 6'5" and handsome, I must say.
Mm-hmm.
Handsome, I must say. Everybody get chose when they act right. Everybody get chose when you act right. And sad to say, a lot of y'all pretty bitches is demons. That's why men don't approach you. That's why men don't talk to you. That's why men don't. Why? Because you a goddamn demon.
Ooh.
A lot of these men that y'all say that y'all want, the top 10%, they treat you like that because they can afford to.
Did you hear what I said?
You want we done said this so many times. Let me say it for y'all again. You want a nigga with money. You want a nigga that can put money in your pocket. That's just letting you know he can buy your stinking ass. Cancel this bitch. I'll get another one. Shout out to y'all. Don't want love. Y'all don't want love sitting here talking about like. You don't even like your goddamn self. Fuck you mean. Y'all some goddamn liars. And y'all sit up here and tell the people who got it done consistently, who got it done for years. I got decades on you niggas. And y'all sit up there and tell me, no, you wrong. Trying to impart on me some shit y'all ain't never done before. You ain't went through no hard times. You ain't went through shit. You think you were supposed to have it good all the time. Ain't nothing worth having easy. Nothing.
That's a fact.
That is a fact.
Godly,
Hey,
Rick.
bro,
Godly, bro.
That is
Blame
crazy,
on
Rick.
it.
They've been doing that to us for a while now, though, Rick. Like the dudes that have been married or are married and soon to be married, we don't know what we talking about.
Hey, man, look,
We are considered the, I guess, anomaly, right? Anything that's great is hard to attain.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? If you want a great marriage, it's going to be hard. It's the simile that, or the analogy that I talk about on a regular basis. I mean, black people are the fastest to get into their own business, right? But they're also the fastest to fail. But it doesn't stop them from every day trying to figure out what business, what get rich quick scheme can they get to next, right? And instead of, if you want a healthy marriage, you want a good marriage, then you have to find out what that looks like. And most of that deal starts with you as an individual.
Yep.
If you want a good marriage, you can have one. If you want to find a traditional woman, you can find one. You're just not looking in the right places, man. And your heart is not really turned towards wanting to be married. It's more turned towards wanting to see how many women you can sleep with, how many women can you maybe take advantage of. And then for the women on their side, they're so focused, most, not all, right, are focused on is he already established, right? Does he already have the money? Does he already have the house, the car? Like, they don't want to really build with a dude. They want to be at the, as they say, they want to be with them at the finish line. And as I've already told people, if you with a dude when he's at the finish line, then you're not as worth to, you're a different worth to him than if you started it with him or came along and helped him get to that particular point.
I'm just sick of the lies, bro. Like, y'all women, look, like I said before, man, the only thing that's changed is y'all.
Yep.
Y'all still expect men to be traditional in some type of sense of fashion. The only thing that changed was y'all. Y'all ain't trying to be with no man that don't take care of you. Y'all ain't trying, like, in some form of fashion, even if you're a baller, he better be putting in some form of fashion, he's responsible for protection and provide. Men still want to do that. They still looking to do that. Y'all changed, and y'all don't want to admit it. Y'all want to play like it's for the better. It wasn't. It wasn't.
I always say this. What happened? What does the world look like when men no longer want to be that? When we start seeing these women as just another one of us on the streets and not as the people we want to protect and provide for and want to look after. What does that world look like?
Oh, bro.
We're seeing it now.
Bro, I got a short coming out tomorrow on that very topic.
Yeah, I don't know if we're seeing it now, but it's coming. It's coming, Sweeney.
They don't realize it doesn't look good. It's not good. So y'all keep talking shit about your men. Keep doing it. They're gonna turn when they turn their backs on you. You're not gonna like the world that you have to live in.
No, I mean, they need to be shown, bro. I mean, not to sound like a agent of chaos, but in a sense, we created this monster by enabling them, by paying them attention. They need to fall, and they need to fall hard. I mean, there's no other course to be concluded at this point. So they need, in fact, this is what it needs to happen. They need no safety net. They need to fall on their ass hard.
No,
they need to have.
Hold on, Trigger. Let me respond to the ladies because they all saying that they already live in that world. No, you don't, because the judges ain't changed yet. The lawyers haven't changed yet. The police haven't changed yet. None of them people changed. Because what happens when the judges and stuff start saying, man, I got screwed over by my wife. Hey, F these marriage laws. F these divorce laws. Oh, we gonna switch some stuff up around here. Y'all
Section
do not
8.
live in that world yet.
Because that's what lead attorney said, Sweeney. He said that what's happening is you got a lot of old judges that's just got the lifetime appointments that's been there since the 70s.
Yep.
They still sitting in, but what they're looking for is a lot of these laws that they're looking for a lot of these judges to age out. And once these judges age out, and you get some young, like
conservative
litigators that's getting appointed to judgeship, it's gonna be a whole different change.
It's gonna be look. They're not even gonna understand the world they're living in. Now that's the judicial end. What's also gonna happen if the world don't know, the economy is collapsing the world over, not in the United States, the world over. We are no longer gonna have the world reserve currency. Russia and China just joined forces on our ass. So
the BRICS nation, yeah.
Exactly. About to be devalued. Do you know that our debt ceiling, we are going to pay trillions of dollars on our own debt, which means the first thing to get cut is your entitlements. Say body or Section 8. They coming back for all they shit. Run them they shit.
Hey,
800 bill a year
And
in entitlements. They're going to be like, give me that. And you ain't staying in my house.
Can I say
First
one thing
off.
about before we get into politics and shit?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Sean.
You got to speak
Hey,
yourself.
I think y'all said everything, bro. The one thing I don't think y'all said is when he was talking about us liking our friends and shit and wanting to hang with our friends. That's the coded language that women use when they try to call us gay on the low. You know what I'm saying? And that just further proves the agenda that he had. He knew exactly. He was speaking to a demographic, a very specific demographic.
He was talking to the Luckies in the Fantasy Islands.
Bro, I'm not no cis nothing, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm a man.
You can't label me.
I'm not gonna label you, bro. Don't label me. And the other thing,
you gonna call the people with the born identity? Right? How you gonna change their name?
Air quotes around him saying his wife, bro. You ain't got no wife. You are the wife, my nigga.
Exactly.
You got a husband.
Exactly.
I don't believe you. You need more people, big dog. So yeah, it's a lot of coded language and shit. He sounds like a male feminist. I hate his fucking hair. I hate his fucking face.
He don't got a wife. He got a beard.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Let me say this, right? Let me explain. The reason why society is failing is because the cornerstone of our society is failed, which is marriage.
Marriage.
America was built on unions.
Yep.
Right? And let me explain something to y'all. This where ladies, y'all really get it messed up. Right? Over on cruise season, right? I did a post, and I'm gonna make it real short. And what do I say, HD? I said if ever, right? JR here. I know Shannon know I didn't say this. Men have purpose, but at the end of the day, that purpose is so when he finds the woman he wants, he's ready. That when I see the one I want, my shit is together. When I step up to you, it's a lock. It's on. For you to walk past me, the very best option, something's wrong with you. And these females, because I ain't going to call them ladies, because ladies don't think like this, say, you should be better just for yourself. When men constantly tell y'all, if it wasn't for me having a woman, I'm cool with a 1 studio bedroom apartment, getting through this life, hanging with my peeps.
Futon.
So again, y'all don't even want to acknowledge y'all natural order and things. That's why I say the woman would, I don't care what nobody say, Satan was a female.
Hey, Uncle Rick, I said this last week. I said our entertainment hasn't even changed. We still watch cars go in circles, muggers dribbling a ball up and down the court and hitting the ball with a stick. Like, our entertainment has not changed. We are simple. It's not hard.
If a man doesn't have y'all, if y'all are not the inspirations y'all was meant to be, then men cannot move in their natural habitat.
They ain't got a girl worth fighting for.
Yeah, well, our society is pushing for them to.
We're here to reproduce at the end of the day. Everything y'all claim, a man's success, the money, the power, the celebrity, the clout, is so that man can get in your drawers and nut in you and make a baby. At the end of the day, everything else is just fluff covering that. And if y'all are not inspirational, if y'all don't give y'all man something to aspire to be to, everything else is an absolute waste of time. It's over with.
Well, now they want to be the one that does that. So that's the fight we're having now.
And then,
nice.
Like I said, y'all notice it. Y'all saying they can't even replace half the work. A lot of these jobs right now, they can't even replace the men because the men don't see no reason. I ain't got shit to do. What am I going out there and working hard for?
All these Gen Z just don't even work. They be like, for what?
For
What's the
what?
work hard
For
for?
what?
What am I going to war for? What am I joining the army for?
When
For this?
when I got a job, at 14 years old bagging groceries, it's so I can get the clean kick so I look cute at school.
Yep.
Right? So I can get them Air Forces, so I can get them dunks, so I can get them Jabot jeans and the Lee shirt.
Your efforts not reciprocated out here in these streets.
But I was supposed
They
to
don't
go
even
out
want
here.
to. They don't even want to drive. They don't even want a car. They don't even want to drive.
They don't even care to drive.
Y'all
They
don't get it, man. Y'all slow. Y'all slow as molasses in the winter, boy. And like I said, y'all think y'all smart. Y'all the smartest dummies I done seen.
They've advocated against themselves. I find it funny that when women say there's no good men out here, and they don't realize how that happened. Some of y'all raised them.
Hold up. See, y'all can't have from me in the chat, Money Views. I'm like, oh boy, I feel sorry for his wife.
Get him.
Ain't that what I just said?
Get him. Get him, bro. Get him.
Y'all prove my
Get him,
point.
bro.
Y'all liars.
Wait, put it on the screen,
You
Jay.
can't even help it.
I'm not in
You
the
can't
chat.
even help it. I just took my wife to Hawaii. We had a grand time. Me and my wife been together for 27 years, and I love her stinking draw. But that ain't none of your business.
I feel sorry for your husband.
You know that is, though? You know what that is? That's a feeling. That's a feeling. Like, what did he say to really pinch you to be like, I feel sorry for his wife?
Well, it's the modern programming. That's what it is. The programming that they have now and what he's saying, they're conflicting. They don't think that you can have a woman should be submissive to a strong, powerful man. They feel it should be reversed. And what he's saying, they feel is impossible, though that's the natural order of things. And that's why, again, we're having this conflict. That's why they're attacking. They don't like I'm just going to say, they don't like a strong man.
Hey, hold up. Now, Money Muse, if you was talking about somebody else, I would totally apologize. I'm a man. So I am triggered when I see stuff like that, because whenever I get up here and talk, somebody got something to say about what I supposedly do with my wife. So again, sis, if you was talking about something else as a man, I retort and I apologize.
She won't talk. She a known troll.
I think that's interesting.
Exactly what she said.
when they come for you, when they say things like "I feel sorry for your wife," the thing that they're missing is that you're married. You know what I'm saying? And that's the nature of the thing, that you're married. And the thing that's interesting is that they would say, "Well, that's why you're not married if you were single." Right. Yep. So the argument
you damned
is
if you do, you damned if you don't.
Exactly. Right. But the positive thing that you can say, the positive thing from it is that you're recognizing that he's married, which is the point in which me and Rick for sure are trying to make, is that if you have a dope union, then you're doing what it is that you're supposed to be doing, and that's procreating the earth, as well as, the wealth changes, all of the dynamics of marriage make your society better when it's ran correctly.
Let's also qualify. Let's do a qualifier here. Ladies, do y'all not realize that there's a certain type of man, that this assertive, a little maybe aggressive talking style of man that stays married the longest? But y'all want Derek Jackson up here, don't y'all?
Derek.
Yeah, y'all act like our wives are having a hard time, but the dude you like listening to,
the one that y'all was throwing all y'all money at.
Ooh, you like listening to Derek
her.
Jackson. How that work out for you? That didn't age well, did
You ain't seen my wife jump up into the house. My man done been sleeping with 100 women.
The one that usually says what you want to hear is usually the one you shouldn't go with. The one that's loud, at least he's telling you how he really wants it to be. You should go with that person.
Let's just put it like this.
I love them dudes, but
what was the?
Y'all been silent all week, boy.
Pull up dude video again. Let's find out what his name is. Let's find out what he's gonna be doing in about 5 years. If he's gonna be on there.
JR to take the video down. I don't even got it.
Let's see if he's gonna be one of them guys that wind up having to come out and do an apology tour because you done got caught with your hand in the cookie jar.
Well, see, that's the thing, Sweeney. So what happens is the dudes that was supporting the Derek Jacksons, the dudes that was doing that 5 years ago, and it depends on how many people that's been in the game this long, like in this relationship. Like I've been talking about, the two ships for 10 years, 20 years, really. And I remember dudes like the guy on the video 10 years ago. I'm saying, okay, now what happened to you? they're quiet. It's no different than when somebody like is out there loud and they don't have that same energy when they wrong. It's like, where were you? How come you not screaming and hollering and making videos and doing all the shit that you was doing back in 2010? That right now, when the shit didn't work, go your way. So the guy that you talking about, he's not gonna be around, Sweeney, because the niggas from 10 years ago ain't here now.
There's a scientific term for people like him. It's called a finesser. This nigga's a finesser. He's a grifter.
And he's doing it on TikTok. There ain't no money on TikTok.
He's using the Derrick Jackson playbook. You know what I'm saying? This is play number 3, and this shit works.
Somebody hit that dude up. We going to his head.
You know what I'm saying?
There ain't no money on TikTok, man.
This is gonna be a life-changing experience for him after he watched this. All right, let's get to the super chats and we get to the next topic. If you're just tuning in, welcome to King Talk. We got an all-star panel, dope topics, dope discussion. We're gonna get these super chats read. My man John the Baptist, $5. Feminist movement in men is a positive, and we should be excited. That's all trolling right there. He trolling.
No, I got what he said. He said basically like, hey, look, keep going down the road y'all going down.
Oh, okay.
It ain't gonna work out in the way that you think it will.
Like equals friends. Can we hold a convo outside of sex? Did we develop a friendship or a lustship? It's about effective communication, in my opinion. I'm gonna use that lustship word. Big Ant, my man, what's going on? $10. I feel like on King Talk. What up, Ricky and Hink and old Trigger Mike? Fuck you. All right. Perry Unlikely, $5. If you don't like your wife / woman, you don't like yourself. You chose her. It reflects on self.
Exactly.
Indeed. John the Baptist, $5. In my Denzel voice. Like you? Who say I gotta like you? What was that? Like you?
Fences.
Oh, yeah. Fences. Yeah. Sherwin Thomas, $5. I agree with Big Ant. This I feel like nonsense on King Talk is cringeworthy. Some of you men have adopted the way women speak. Ooh, harsh words. Andre Dale, $5. I've known at the gates by who she is. She is a reflection of you, and she's the crown on your head. So, kings, it's about us being priest, prophet, and king.
If only woman.
In Proverbs 31.
Y'all snappy with these Bible verses. Enter Black Dragon, $5. It's more we don't like what our women turn into over time. Women and emotions change over time, which leads to a bad, disrespectful attitude and hostility. My man, EBD.
And I wanted to let's put a pin in this real quick. Right now, we're talking about why men don't like their wives. I don't care that men do it too. We don't care. We ain't talking about that today. We talking about why y'all change. So keep that.
All right. Andre Dale, $2. Proverbs 31:23. Also Proverbs 12:4 is where
I don't know why we keep quoting religious texts when girls don't follow that.
They damn sure don't.
That's what he's trying to communicate is that that's where the standard comes from.
Oh yeah. Idealistically, we would want that.
My man Granville the Troll, $5. Sean, Hink, Rick, light skin bicep. All right. Clips 914, $5. Are any of you guys happy within your marriage? And is your spouse happy also? And if so, how do you know? Are you married?
Jesus. Trigger Mike, you ain't shit.
Light skin bicep. Ricky Drummond, $5. Everybody get chose when they act right. Rick.
Yeah, that's a bar. That's a t-shirt.
Yeah. Vincent Minot, $5. Rick. Again, that was the not light skin, but everybody get chose. Big chicks get chose in Hawaii. BZ, $5. Question then, for the ones that want to be married, shout out to HD. How do you protect themselves? What?
How do we protect ourselves if we want to get married?
Sorry to say, choose right ain't enough.
Yeah, ain't that the truth?
It's Vegas. Marriage is Vegas. You know, you win some, you lose some, but most people go home broke. Now,
I ain't gonna lie though, I did see this video. Right, there was this guy who he married his wife in '94. Right.
Yeah.
Apparently, I think he might have been like 30 years older than her or something like that. So we know what that dynamic's already starting to sound like. So of course, when he turned 90, she tried to divorce him. Guess what she found out? She found out
for 40 years.
She found out this man secretly divorced her a month after they got married.
Smart man. Can I speak on how you could defend yourself if you want to do this craziness called marriage in the 21st century? Put your money in a trust fund. Put your money in a trust fund and don't put things in your name.
That's what that he put it in his mama's name.
He put it in his mom's name, but put your money in a trust fund so that way if she tries to divorce you, nothing is in your name. She can't take any of your stuff. I would never get married in this.
Like a lot of people. Okay, but real quick, Spider Guy. A lot of people like to use the money aspect. Most men ain't got the money no way. So what about let's remove the finances? Remove like she's taking all your money, she's taking your house, she's taking all this. A lot of motherfuckers ain't got that. I get it. Historically, they did, but say for instance, we remove that aspect of it. What else needs to be protected from men?
Peace of mind, and also your frame. But my thing is this, right? When it comes to marriage, there are lots of things outside of the money that definitely needs to be protected. That being who you are as an individual, right? But at the same time, we can't act as if the money aspect isn't the main issue that's currently plaguing us right now in the marriage sector. You know what I'm saying? I would say get married. If we change these laws, these divorce laws, then I would be like, okay, well, I think you should get married. You see it as the next step moving forward to solidify the strength of your bond. I would be like, cool. But the money aspect is the main issue. Now, as far as the men not having any money, or I feel like people got stuff. People have something. If you're going to be getting married, right? I feel like you do have. There's something. You got something. She's choosing you for a reason, right? And at the end of the day, women want safety, security, stability. If you're getting married, you got something stable enough to where you can create a union or a bond. So, as far as the whole money protection thing, I tell every dude that follows me, get a trust fund, talk to a lawyer. But again, I just don't advise getting married in the 21st century period anyway. So
I would say Shannon said if you take money out of it, I think one of the main concerns I've heard from men regarding divorce is being able to see their children. That's probably been the outside of money. One of the main concerns is that they don't get to see their children. And that's a tough one to cover, because outside of legitimately changing the laws to where, because like I said, even the most fair judge I've seen here in Texas, I think he's from Houston. He was the most fair judge I've ever seen. And even then, the father still only got to see his child on the first, third, and the first and 15th week. Yep. 3 weekends a month.
My advice to men is be who you are. Twice on Sundays. Be who you are. Do not make or establish promises or lifestyles you cannot keep.
Maintain that frame.
Understand that every day is not gonna be pancakes and roses and bunny rabbits and rainbows. Right? Marry someone who likes you for you, and don't do it until you are ready. Because the truth is, you could be the greatest man or the worst man. The truth is, if she's not happy, it doesn't matter anyway, right?
Facts.
Because the relationship's over once she's not happy, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So again, this is what I keep telling y'all. Ladies, we understand the game. It's you guys who continue to break the rules. We go into this thing knowing that it's a 50-50 shot is going to work out. Understanding the laws and the culture is against men if this thing ever goes wrong. These are facts. This is not me making stuff up. This is not fellas pulling stuff out their butt. These are the facts. Right? And you guys continue to act like because a man marries you, You supposed to get this. You supposed to get that. And I keep trying to tell y'all, it's not what you do, it's who you do it for. I'm doing it for you. I could be doing it for another woman. Because contrary to the popular belief, men don't come like bus stops, like buses, especially the ones that's going to take care of you and all your baggage.
They few and far between.
They think they do.
You're not going to get better as you get older. 40 is not the new 30, niggas. 40 is still 40.
40 is still 40.
Today's food is 50.
Vogue magazine will tell them otherwise.
No, my knees that told me that I'm pushing 40.
I think also it I think because they kind of question it towards me. I can only tell you the things that I did. I prepared myself to be married, right? Like, I know and I understand that my worth, my value. I understand that the woman that I'm looking for or have found somebody that in this particular situation, someone that would appreciate who I am, that we have fun together, we laugh together. I mean, there's a whole slew of things I can go through. And she loved my kids. You know what I'm saying? She loved my kids like they're her own, right? And so that was a big deal for me. We're building businesses together because we're both business minded, right? So I would say that you need to have a vision and a plan already before that woman gets there, and you need to be working on the plan, and then you need to be seeing how she can actually align with you, as opposed to kind of catering to her, so to speak. Right? You need to be making sure that this is a woman that and once again, I'm segueing. It's like there is no guarantees. There are no guarantees. I mean, we go to work, and it's very possible that we could get fired the next day, but that don't stop us from pursuing going to work and doing our best and doing what it is that we can. Because at the end of the day, the boss decides if we're going to still be an employee. And in this scenario, we're saying that the woman decides if she wants to stay. The one thing that you can do is always be who you are and know your plan and have and know how you're going to get to the goals that you have set, and always stay on that. And the other thing I would say is, this is me. You need to be your faith needs to be definitely established, because it's going to be tested as it relates to being with a woman, period, because women are very difficult, because that's their nature. You know what I'm saying? Their nature. If you look at it from a biblical perspective, they would, when Eve did what she did, the curse was that she would always try to take the man's leadership. That's what it says. And so you have to understand that may happen, but you got to be prepared for that. And at the end of the day, it's a risk. And it's like, are you willing to take that risk for your kids or not? That's my thought process.
And here's the reality.
All right, y'all gonna let me finish these super chats or what?
All right, let me get this out. No, go ahead, bro. I'm good. Go ahead, bro.
Fantasy. Divorce laws are not gender biased. What? I don't even want to read this shit, but since you purchased it, because that was some bullshit. Fantasy
know down where this shit.
Can you finish the super chat, please?
Divorce laws are not gender biased. More and more men are now benefiting from those laws y'all are complaining about. This is a female wrote this.
Just look up the stats. That's all I got to say. Yeah. Look it up.
So, Fantasy, listen, I'm going to run for the governor of Texas here in about 20 years or less. And I won't be satisfied until every child mandatorily gets turned over to their father at the age of 9 years old. And you have to pay him child support. Then we can call it equal. All right.
They think equal is getting 70-30 split.
Exactly.
Like, come on, man.
Fantasy again. Y'all didn't care when women said we didn't want.
No, y'all didn't care.
Transformers calling us sis. Now y'all
didn't care.
Y'all didn't
Since
care.
when?
Y'all didn't care. Y'all helped them ushers that stuff in. Black women.
Exactly.
The first one to grab on or
they
grab
rode
on.
on y'all back
I ain't
like
gonna do this tonight. I ain't gonna do this tonight.
Like
I'm
millionaire.
sorry, I ain't gonna do that. I'm sorry. My apologies.
Fantasy again.
Damn.
Do not leave your household with your children until you have a notarized custody agreement. Stop leaving her in the house y'all built. Be smarter. You just trying to piss us off tonight, Fantasy.
No, Trigger.
How about they be better women? How about that?
Wait a
How about
minute.
they be better women, be better mothers, better supporters, better inspirations, right? Y'all ain't responsible for shit. Hey, shout out to
Divorce
that.
laws.
Come on, man. Y'all children, bro. They don't want to be responsible for nothing, man.
The divorce law is not based on gender, though.
Right.
We got to be careful when what we argue about. I've been divorced twice. It didn't ask me if I was a man. It asked me if I was a petitioner or a defendant. It didn't say, are you the husband or the wife? It didn't say, are you a guy or a girl? It didn't ask that. It wanted to know who made the money and who don't. Who has the bread? Who got the kids? Who got the assets? Who don't have it? That's what it wanted to know. That's so when I think what she's trying to say is the divorce law as it's written is not based on gender. The problem is the laws know how the world works and who got the bread and who got the money and who got the children and who got this and who got that. And it tends to, Fantasy Island Girl, lean to the benefit of the woman's side, regardless of if they checked off a box that said that they're a woman or the wife or the husband or the man or not. And based on that, that's one of the reasons why alimony, if there's a room full of 100 people paying alimony, 97 of them are men.
Facts.
3 of them, 3 in a room of 100 people paying alimony, 3 are women.
Men
Now,
right low.
Alimony law, the alimony law didn't ask who's a woman and who is a man, but it's written to benefit those 3 instead of those 97.
What's this super chat say though?
You can play with it. You got to play with it.
Men write the laws that benefit women, and y'all say the patriarchy doesn't benefit y'all.
Yeah, facts. All right, greatness to work, $5. Stay married 10 years minimum. You are entitled to everything for life, even if you divorce. Stop having kids by women you are not married to. Thank me later. Fantasy Island, look it up.
We did.
BZ, appreciate the answers, my brothers. Congrats again, HD.
We went through.
Tell us where to send the wedding gift.
Through.
Cash App. All right, thank y'all for that. We finally get into the new topic. We done had intermittent soliloquies interwoven into the super chats, so we got to catch up real quick. All right, the last topic of the night. Do we as people have our standards too high? There is a video to accompany this, so stay tuned.
All data points. I think if we have these hard, steadfast rules that we're seeing in the red pill community, we're seeing in the woman community, we would never be with nobody, because you'd get to like 7 great things and you get 2 rules that get broken. You'd be like, oh shit, this person had an OnlyFans. It was so nice until I found out you had OnlyFans. No, we should be doing more cumulative assessments. If we go hard, fast, stead rules, these women out there that you talk to, they're gonna stay fucking single because they're never gonna find the guy that's gonna hit everybody.
What?
What? OnlyFans?
I'm confused.
Only? I don't want my woman to be selling adult content. That's pretty reasonable.
I'm not asking too much. I'm not looking for a Pornhub wife.
All right, Hank, we're gonna start with you, man. Go ahead.
Hey man, could you play that video again for me?
All right, let's do it.
What is up with these goofies, man?
All data points. I think if we have these hard, steadfast rules that we're seeing in the red pill community, we're seeing in the woman community, we would never be with nobody, because you'd get to like 7 great things and you get 2 rules that get broken. You'd be like, oh shit, this person had an OnlyFans. It was so nice until I found out you had OnlyFans. No, we should be doing more cumulative assessments. If we go hard, fast, stead rules, these women out there that you talk to, they're gonna stay fucking single because they're never gonna find the guy that's gonna hit everybody.
He's right though.
What? It was worse the second time. It was worse the second time around.
What?
It was
No,
worse.
it wasn't.
How dare you not want an adult porn star? How dare you?
JR trolling us tonight. Those are 2 zesty ass examples. Those 2 dudes were zesty. I'm telling you.
What? I'm coming hard on the video. That was not okay. Let me go first. That was not bad, you guys. He and first of all, he went both sides. He was talking about women are gonna be single because they got their standards are too high. He was going hard on the women. I'm tripping. Why y'all mad?
No, it's not. Go ahead, Shannon. My bad. Go ahead, bro.
Listen, I get it. You guys are looking at the messenger. I'm looking at the message. The message is so dating today. We teach each other. You know what we're cultured to do, to learn how to break up with people. We know how we are experts in breaking up with a motherfucker. We know we got ghosting. We got, I don't want, you can't text me. I don't text me to death. Don't WYD me. Don't, it's so, we learn so many different ways on how to get rid of a motherfucker. We become experts in staying single. We become experts in getting rid of somebody as opposed to learning how to stay with somebody. That's what we're doing today. And so when it comes to these expectations, now here's where I differ with the brother. He was trying to make it seem like men got high expectations and women got high expectations. And he ended it with women are going to be single forever because ain't nobody going to be good enough for somebody. A guy's going to miss 2 things on her list and suddenly she going to get rid of them. I think men don't have high expectations. I know, despite what people say, I think average men want average women. I personally think that average women want above average men, and they are they're aspiring to get somebody that they don't qualify for, and they're ignoring the ones that they do. That's what I think.
Yes.
I'll land there.
I was gonna say this shit.
And
let me go. Let me go ahead. Let me go first then.
Go ahead, Hank.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it sounds like it looks like the men just don't have high enough standards. I definitely agree with that. Men's standards should be way higher than what we set them at. I remember back in the day, younger, I only had probably about 4 standards. She could cook good, big old ass, big old titties, and had a car. That was all my goddamn standards, and that's what I went off of. It really didn't matter. But now, of course, a more mature Hank has way more standards than that now. But I don't think most men have high standards. And I agree we need to make our standards way more higher than they should. Now, as far as women, their standards are too high. They got a 3-page book and expect that man to live up to everything in the book. Don't even show grace. You got to live up to everything. Every standard she had for you, you better live up to it or she won't last.
Hey.
Yes, sir.
Did you say a 3-page book?
Yes, sir.
That's a pamphlet.
Well, call it what you want to. A pamphlet, a brochure, whatever you want to call it.
Go ahead, what's the trip, though? Is that he said too high standards, but he said OnlyFans. Like, what Shannon said was perfect. There's I see a lot of people dropping people for dumb shit. OnlyFans, like, bro, that was the best one you could come up with as something that's too high of a standard.
Yeah.
Like OnlyFans.
Yeah.
I think the biggest issue is that people expect things that they wouldn't do themselves.
Mm.
I think that's the biggest thing, right? I totally believe in lanes. Y'all know me, get in your lane, right? And I firmly believe, I don't care what nobody say, especially with the conditioning programming that goes on today, most of the women that are in the package you want would not have the qualities you need.
Indeed.
They just won't. Pretty privilege, whatever y'all want to call it, right? They used to get, like, you ever seen a girl that knows she cute? Right. Yeah. That knows she fine. Right. You throw a compliment, she look at you like you crazy. I heard that my whole life. You know what I'm saying? But the truth is, like, people look at compromising like settling, right? Because it didn't go my way 100%, the way I wanted to run it, the way I want you to act, the way I want you to feel. I'm settling. But like I said, this is crazy to me. Y'all use these comparisons like marriage is a business, but in business, you got to give to get.
Right.
You got to come to a compromise that's beneficial for both parties involved in this said contract, but not in y'all marriage, though.
You got to spend something to make something.
Can I say something on that real quick? We've got dating app data that showcases that a majority of men like women across the board, but women only like a small group of men across the board. And so if you look at these dating app profiles of what girls are asking for, it's kind of wild. I've read a couple of them, and the older they get, the more wild it seems to get. I feel like men have always had the same standard since the beginning. It's just like Rick was saying, women changed. Right. And when women changed, they started seeing what was regular as, oh, that's oppression, or, oh, you're trying to keep me from doing something, or, oh, I need to have freedom, or I need to have some kind of power. Men are only asking for your exclusivity and your loyalty to me. That's all I know. But girls, like Shannon said, it wasn't Shannon. It was Hank. Hank said that. I'm sorry. women have a pamphlet. They got a pamphlet of things they want, and there's lots of videos out there. And I talk about this stuff all the time on my page of of girls saying they want a man that's got 6-figure salary, that's 6 foot tall. And this is something you hear throughout different nations, not just in America, right? Because the internet has made it so that our culture, unfortunately, has spread like a virus to every other culture around the world. So, when women say men have high standards, I'm like, no, there's dudes out here that'll literally sleep with a woman that's a 4, that's a 3, as long as she's loving them and taking care of them. It's just you guys are blinded by this self-righteous desire to have this 1%er kind of guy, and you attribute what you want to us. Oh, well, we do it, so you guys must want that too. It's like, no, we're not the same.
And you know what, Black? And here's a tripped out part. I just seen a video of a woman talked about how she divorced her husband because he didn't love her the way that she felt that she should be. Not love. He didn't communicate with her the way she thought that he should communicate with her, or he didn't show her the emotions that she felt that he should have showed her. Right. Then later on, when she was pressed on, admitted that she has an unrealistic expectation regarding love and relationships.
Yes.
The guy said, and overall, she said that the man that she married was a good dude. He didn't do that correctly. And she even admitted that she was unrealistic. And even then, when he called her out on it and said, but you said you married the husband, your husband, you divorced him. Maybe you had an unrealistic expectation of him. And she couldn't get it. She didn't understand. She still said, well, you just can't. Some guys are good, but they're not good for you. That's a cop-out.
Bullshit.
I have a question then. Why do you think that women overvalue themselves?
Society
does that.
I mean, listen, when you have most of the population using the term "I deserve," you understand that this has nothing to do with men and their inadequacy at all.
I disagree. I think they feel like they deserve because niggas gave it to them.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's what the market, their market has proven to them that's their market value.
Hold on. But remember, it's a small group of men doing this. So let's take a big
That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. I don't agree with that, Trigger Mike. I don't agree with that.
There are big girls that get to sleep with a dude that's a 9 or a 10, and they think that's a dude they qualify for.
No, hold up. It's not about the 9 or 10.
That's what Sean is saying.
No, this is the problem, right? And this is the real problem that we as men have, right? We say sex means nothing to us, but sex is the very thing that validates them. Right. And like I said, we all know we done stuck or slept with some girl who we had no business laying with.
True.
Sean did.
Right. So again, just because it doesn't mean anything to us doesn't mean something to them. That's what validates them. Sex and attention are better than money.
Yep.
Yeah.
Being sexually having sexual access to men, especially the ones that they wouldn't get on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Right. All the way down to the guy that they can call. Like the one video on TikTok, she was like, I had this dude and this dude, and I caught this dude, even though blah, 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 whoop de whoop. Right. Right? So as long as she can have sex with the person, the people that she sees fit to, right, and get their attention, that's better than money. That's better than winning the jackpot at Vegas. You see what I'm saying? So again, what this comes down to is what we really know need to happen. We need to leave these women be. Let them fall. Let them down on the vine. If they ain't with it, let them. Hey, Matt trucks run in the street. Push out in front of one if you can get away with it.
But Uncle Rick, there's too many simps and white knights.
You leave them to it. That's your but this the problem though. This the problem with men and the same with women. They both of them look so much alike. Can't nobody tell the difference. That's the problem. The same. And let me make a point. The red pill community, the best of the best, the creme of the creme, right? What they tell you: get your bag up, get your weight up, right? Make sure you have all your ducks in a row so you can treat them that way, right? Right.
Right.
What they do when they get their weight up and they can move how they want to move, what they do? They shoot a nut up in them, might make a baby, might not, and then push them along the way, right?
Right.
So what you got now? Another woman that was validated by a baller back out on these streets saying, you know what? Shannon hit me. You know what I'm saying? Shannon.
I shouldn't have took her on the yacht. I shouldn't have took her on my yacht. I got it. I'm
right?
sorry.
This is what I keep telling
I
y'all.
shouldn't have let her drive in the Porsche.
Look, this is what I'm saying. I made my mistakes, bro. I made my mistakes, but I'm telling both of y'all, all of y'all lying. Your niggas is lying, your bitches is lying. Y'all all lying. Because if y'all wanted what y'all really wanted, like y'all said, that y'all wouldn't move the way you do. If you was a good man and trying to be a decent man, you wouldn't move the way you do. If you was trying to be a good woman and you a lady about your shit, you wouldn't move the way you do. The reason why you don't get a good woman because you're not a good man. The reason why you can't get a good man is because you're not a good woman. At the end of the day.
That's what I'm saying. I've been saying at the beginning.
Unfortunately, there are good men.
I said, dudes.
Wait, hold on,
listen,
Spidey, hold on.
I said because dudes be smashing anything, women think that they deserve more than they do. I think it was on somebody said, okay, when a woman is let's say an NBA player or professional player smashes a woman, she then thinks that she qualifies for wife material, husband material for a dude that's in a professional sport. And so I'm saying that yes, there is a position that women have to take, obviously, but I'm talking to men specifically, right? That's why it's important for you to have discipline, because if you just give it to anybody, you have just validated her to think that she deserves a dude of a particular caliber, when in fact all you wanted to do was nut in her. And in her mind, because most women sleep with dudes because of their attraction to you, right? And then they catch feelings. They say they don't, but they do, right? You have become a part of the problem, is what I'm saying.
I think he's skipping over an important part of what he said, bro. He talked about pretty much people having these rock solid, diehard standards. And he specifically said, I think the red pill community.
Yeah.
And he also was talking about women. I think that's true. I think I'm gonna be honest with y'all. A bunch of shit that be said on YouTube is goofy as fuck to me. All that and respect to everybody that says it, but all that you're gonna hit this wall and this and that, this and that, this and that. And I think a bunch of shit is really goofy. I think baby mamas get wiped up every day. The chicks that y'all say won't get a nigga get wiped up every day.
But as it relates to the percentages, though, Sean, that's not a true statement.
I don't care about no percentages, bro. I'm just saying, people. I'm saying no. The point I'm saying is what he was trying to get to is making it sound like you're a baby mama, quote unquote, so you'll never get anybody. You're 40, so you'll never get anybody. You got 2 kids, so you'll never. It's all cap. All these chicks that y'all talk about, if they walked in the room, most of you niggas gonna give up your whole paycheck.
Facts.
I'm saying, so I think it's a lot of cap, and this goes for the women too.
Weak men.
All the shit they call them what you want. It's true, and the shit goes both ways. All the shit they talk about different dudes, the pookies and this and that. The pookies be knocking these chicks down. Lawyers, doctors, they be getting knocked down by niggas that are unemployed. So I think it's an overcorrection in both directions, and it's absolutely fucking annoying. And for me, a nigga who's gotten grade A vagina his whole life, it sounds like a bunch of goofballs who I made fun of that's just talking shit on the internet.
Grade A vagina. All right, Luis, what you got on it?
Oh, go ahead, Luis.
Yeah, I mean, man, where do I even begin? You know, some women want a man that they've never seen before, or nor have their father ever aspired to try to be. So I sometimes wonder where a lot of these standards come from, because they ought to have been passed down to you and showed to you in your household, in your upbringing. You know what I'm saying? Your mother, your father, you know what I'm saying? People within your tribe or your community talk about like how a man should show up for you and you know how relationship dynamics work out. But unfortunately, a lot of people are getting those sort of tidbits from social media. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the things that we're talking about, you know, because it like people talk about, like, just let's remove sex off the table for a second. You know, what do people really think that their standard is? If we remove social media, if we remove the sex, what does that really look like? And how does that show up? Right? Is that person, you know what I'm saying, is your standard because of what you experienced in your life and that you've seen, you know, how you've interacted with men, how your father raised you, how, you know, your interests is, or is it just based off somebody else's, right? Somebody else's preference, and you've copy, paste, and re-edited, put your name on the front of the grade paper. You know what I'm saying? That to me is more like where a lot of people have gotten their standard. You know what I'm saying? It's so high because I know a lot, and this is why I think too. This is why I'm starting to kind of formulate is that I know that I don't qualify for half of these men, but yet I'm going to put it's like the negotiation when you go to a job, you're like, I'm going to ask for 100K, even though they said that the job only pays 50. They're hoping to land somewhere higher than what they're proposing. And sort of that's really the approach that I think a lot of people are kind of narrating when it comes to their standards, because sometimes they're not rooted in reality. They're not rooted in, you know what I'm saying, in value systems. You know what I'm saying? It's funny because I was having this conversation on Clubhouse the other day, and I asked someone, I was like, what are the things that you inherently want in value in a person? And none of them talked about any intrinsic values. None of them talked about, you know what I'm saying, their character, morals, like family, none of that. It all started with a bunch of superficial stuff that you could shift and move around. And I'm like, okay, but how did you formulate that, like that idea in your head of what this person looks like, if you don't have a foundation to go off of to even create that man? So that's why I said, you know what I'm saying, a lot of women sometimes want a man that they've never seen before in their life, and sometimes have never showed up. And sometimes that same person who is their father never aspired to be. So are you?
Can I? Oh, sorry.
That's part of the problem, Lewis.
Go ahead, Spider.
Isn't that part of the problem? Isn't that where they don't have an example. The examples out there, and imagine if boys, and see, this is all from childhood. Imagine if boys were taught from baby age what you deserve. Women they hear you deserve. That is so impounded in their head, on billboards, on the side of buses, on bus stops, in TV commercials, in every magazine, Cosmopolitan. You deserve. They hear that so much, they start saying, damn, I deserve. And my father told me I was a princess. And told me, and when I screwed up, I didn't get in trouble. And when I was wrong, I was still right. And I've been beautiful and pretty my whole life. And I'm the baby girl, and I'm the princess, and I deserve. Now she turns into an adult. And what do you think she expects? What she thinks she deserves.
I just wanted to say, majority of people these days are on the internet. They say half of our lives are on the internet, right? And that's kind of what the government wants, kind of what social media wants, right? They want us on there. We're constantly watching and absorbing information every single day that's more internet-based and not reality-based. And unfortunately, a lot of girls are really good at clicking up, the sisterhood, some of them will call it. They follow and abide by certain rules. So there's some girls out there that maybe they would date a regular average guy. Maybe that's what they want. But because, Tyrika or Shannon says, oh, not you, Shannon, but another Shannon would say, oh, no, you shouldn't date that guy. You should date this guy. And if he doesn't look like that guy, and if he doesn't have this car, he doesn't look this way, then you're not going to be happy. And they'll trick their friend out of getting with this average guy that might have given them a good life. So a lot of that is occurring. And I've also seen that on the male side too, not to as huge of a degree, right? Because again, we got to have some accountability on our end as well. But I digress though, like Shannon was saying, a lot of women these days are told that, they deserve, you're amazing, you're awesome. And this is why you're seeing the system kind of fail boys. Even on my page, I have 15 and 16-year-olds asking me, Spider Guy, I don't feel comfortable being a boy in my school because there's such a focus on femininity. And I'm being told that being masculine is toxic. How do I live as a straight male within this society? And so it's damn, this is really affecting not just what I see in articles, but even my followers that follow me. And it's really difficult as me not being their parent to explain this to them, that it's okay to be that, because at the end of the day, that's the parent's job. But again, with so many parents not really even being parents and the internet teaching their kids how to be people, you're seeing this epidemic of women getting this praise and men kind of just being thrown to the wayside. It's very unfortunate.
Well, Spidey guy, you said men, there's a rise in men shaming other men for the woman they choose. I haven't seen that.
There has been. So I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example.
You could do better than that, bro. I ain't heard that yet.
No.
I'm not in the streets like that.
I'll give you an example, and this is in mainly the feminist spaces, right? With this perpetuating view of equality and stuff. This has happened on my page. So a guy was saying, well, I'm in a successful relationship. My woman is submissive. You know, she does what she's supposed to do, what have you. And I kid you not, I had about 20 simps, I'm going to say simps, come at this man and say, oh, you're not allowing her to truly express who she is as a woman. You're patriarchal. You're a toxic male. You're misogynist. And so what I'm seeing, because I'm mainly on Instagram, right? What I'm seeing is a lot of people within my generation and down are kind of absorbing this feminism in a very peculiar way, where if a man starts to express himself in a very traditional manner, they'll attack him for that. Oh, you have a submissive woman. They'll see submissive as slavery, right? Oh, my woman does what she's supposed to do. Oh, you're controlling. My woman listens to me. I'm her leader. Oh, why can't she lead? So I see that in my comment section a lot, and I have to address that. That's what I was trying to say.
All right.
Yeah, he's not lying about that.
Yeah, I
saying
look
that
at
too.
it like when we talk about women and their unrealistic standards, are their standards too high? Women are a bit different in what they will tell you versus what they actually accept. Because women use this whole world like a buffet. If you're asking them what they want, they're going to throw everything in there. But let's line up all the women in the chat and ask their baby daddies to come outside, and we'll realize their standard is not as high as they fucking claiming in these streets. Okay, these women ain't got no real high standards. Ask them, the dude that they let impregnate them, that's their standard for life. So that's the way I like to look at it. But one of the questions that I got for the panel is, because the reason why we don't talk about men and having unrealistic standards is because we will get rejected and understand very quickly that we don't qualify for something. Don't matter if we want it or not. But just like Rick said, just like Shan said, a woman can actually get a 5, can actually get a 9 to knock her down. If ain't nobody watching, like shit, come on, ain't nobody else coming through, blow her whole damn back out. And now she think that's her standard. So if women have these unrealistic standards and they think they can shoot for the sky and actually achieve it, what happens when they don't? For most of these women, that's most of society, I'm guessing. Now, it's like that. Most of these modern women are like that. What happens if they don't achieve it?
They double down.
Double down.
They go to the next nigga because somebody gonna say yeah.
No, they literally double down.
Somebody gonna say yeah though.
They go to their girlfriends and their female family members to reinforce their delusion and then jump back into the pool.
Double down.
Well, they don't double down just quite yet. There's a step in between, because there's a girl who looks just as equally as good and is around the same sort of social group who got chosen.
Oh yeah, they would look at her,
right? And then they're stopping and be like, "Damn, I dress better,
bro." But y'all overlooking the
I
fact
think I look better. And she got
chosen. Yeah, they literally
say that again, Sean. Say that again, Sean.
They literally only need one goofy nigga to say yeah, bro. They don't need a million to say yeah. They just need one.
Facts.
Yep.
But why not? You know what I'm saying? Why not stay on that? Because I mean, everybody they see on social media is getting that.
Because they want that particular type of guy to say yes to them.
But they just need one. They need one to slide up in there after he had too many shots of Henny at 3 a.m. You know what I'm saying? Shoot the club up. Got him. She got Luis.
It's so unfortunate.
And like I said,
bro.
And like I said, they talk about passport bros, but it's a lot of interstate betties. A lot of interstate betties. You know what I'm saying? You get towed down in your town, you'll move to Houston, LA, Miami, Dallas, Atlanta.
Ricky, you want to know what's so crazy? there's this whole like pushback and criticism of passport, bro, and stuff like that. But you want to know something? When fly out culture was here, because fly out culture was here way before passport bros or any of this stuff ever came up, right?
True.
Nobody was saying anything. When you know what I'm saying, like, oh, mind your business, like, he's going to, fly me out here and do all these things, right? You wasn't saying anything when you were in Cabo, in San Juan, in Cancun, right? You were going everywhere, living your life, right? And sort of now I think that there has been a huge shift, and now it's sort of that is being frowned upon. But at the time, when girls were getting flown out everywhere, even Dubai, a lot of people had a lot to say.
That's because they were being empowered, Lewis. They were being empowered.
They're still getting flown out. Let's be clear about that.
Facts.
Yeah, they're still getting flown out. Yes.
It's crazy.
Oh, and they're pretending they don't have to give up the ass when they get there.
Oh yeah, that too.
Oh yeah. What the hell you think this was about? Thought I wanted to see your face? Jesus.
Luis, they're responding to you saying, "Oh, we don't care about the untouchables leaving," referring to the passport bros. Then why are y'all talking about them so damn much?
For real.
They've been a topic of conversation of several conversations since it started. All y'all do is slang talk about them. Who cares? You don't want them. Y'all talk about them too much. Let them go do them then. Just like when sisters was getting flown out, wasn't nobody mad? It was like, it is what it is.
We did make fun of them getting shat on their chest in Dubai.
Yeah, of course we're gonna laugh about that. You know what I mean? Like,
all right, forget this. This is a side topic. I don't give a damn.
That Dubai porta potty.
Hold on, Lucky up here talk about they don't got to give up nothing. So I want to know. I want to know. You fly a chick out. You expect an ass or no?
Duh.
Gee, I take a chick out. I'm getting that. I'm not even taking it out until I get that. I'm dead serious, bro. I don't take women out. I'm not taking you out until we locked in. Real talk. So that's a hell yeah. Not even taking you out until we locked in, bro.
Don't get on the damn plane.
Let's be honest, fella. Let's be honest, right? Let's clear the table. At the end of the day, men pay. You're gonna pay for your wife. You're gonna pay for your girl.
Yep.
Y'all hoes, just be my hoe.
God, I wish I had.
Y'all hoes, we just want you to be my hoe. That's it. Like I keep telling y'all keep playing like we know the game better than y'all. Y'all the one who keep fucking it up. Y'all the one who keep fucking it up. But as usual, y'all never want to take responsibility for what y'all supposed to own. Like your very own box, your very own pussy. Y'all say, oh, he got me pregnant, girl. He talked me out my drawers. When you knew 5 minutes when you met that man, you was going to give him some pussy. So which one is it? Is the man so mystically strong with his language and vernacular that he could just Shazam you out your box? Or you was going to give him some pussy anyway? Y'all say men cheat more than y'all, but y'all say we cheat more than y'all, but y'all say y'all slicker and never get caught. Y'all motherfucking liars. That's all I keep saying. Stop goddamn lying. Maybe if you start telling the truth and looking at yourself for what you really are, you can start making the changes to get to where you need to be. Y'all, like I said, if y'all are not the women y'all meant to be, men will never be the men they were meant to be. That's what y'all don't understand. Y'all not doing y'all motherfucking jobs. When a black man wasn't doing their job with their children and taking care of the family and building a home, we heard about that shit for 30 years. We heard about it for 30 years. But now y'all don't do y'all jobs, and it's every man hate black woman, and you hate your mama, and you wouldn't talk to your mama like that. Y'all need to get right for these babies, bruh. Y'all need to get right for these babies. Right? Because ain't nobody going to love their child like a father and a mother together growing. But a lot of y'all get into relationships, men and women alike, knowing y'all ain't going to even be with that person.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess that was his fault and her fault. No, it's both of y'all fault.
Dating without a purpose.
You know, it's crazy. They'll sit there and tell you that this man was able to talk them out their jobs, but he can't talk himself into a job. Nigga unemployed like a motherfucker. Can't get a job, but he can get you out your drawers though.
It's bad all around because I used to say they just wanted the baby. They don't want the baby without the man. That's why we got so many messed up kids around here. Your mama don't even like you. You were supposed to come with your daddy and he bounced. So now she don't even want you. Whole community fucked up. Goddamn.
Goddamn is right.
All right, man. I think that's about it, man. This was an all-star panel tonight.
All right.
We got to do this again. Let me get these.
Hey, where do you go out to subscribe to find that out?
Yeah. Let me get these super chats read. Fantasy is our sponsor tonight. She said $5. Shannon is right. Y'all just turn your ears off when you hear OnlyFans. Listen to shit. We can't do this with you tonight, Fantasy.
She trolling.
We not even going there. Big Giz composition.
That was facts. That was all facts. Just listen to Shannon.
If we're
Everybody be
not
all right.
traditional. Eat and do traditional stuff.
If you're not done, yeah.
Andrew Dale, Ricky cooking greens, lambs, rams, you name it. Life doesn't give you what you want, but who you are. Become a man, attract a woman. I know this to be true. Me too, shit. Be on your stuff. They just, oh, damn, we got more super chats. And a Black Dragon. Only we men can fix the severe lack of masculinity. That is a fact. Fantasy Island Girl. Ricky is right there. All right, y'all. That was dope. Hey, I appreciate everybody.
Thank you for having me on.
Hey, thank y'all for coming through. This was dope. We're going to do this again for sure. Thanks to everybody in the chat for coming through. Thank you for your support via Super Chat and all of your support. Just being lively in the chat. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out. Trigger Mike will be on tomorrow at noon. Yeah, I'm back like cook crack. Y'all follow everybody on their individual platforms. We got Uncle Rick, Shannon Rawls at ShannonRawls.com, SMS Sweeney, Luis, Hink got a podcast as well. He does his thing on YouTube. Follow my man Sean Antonio, got his clothing line. Make sure y'all order for him. Father's Day is coming up. You got any specials? Anything like that going on?
Yeah, they're on the website. Big Hink just ordered for me and I'm shipping him out soon. So tomorrow.
Nice.
I bet. I'm about to, because you know I'm gonna support you. I just don't know if wearing your brand means that I'm gonna bang somebody's wife. So I need to reconcile what the brand means.
It means you gonna bang your wife even better.
He got the one sweatshirt.
Is this the hoodie people wear when they about to bang
one sweatshirt? He got the one sweatshirt that say, "Where's your bitch?"
Y'all
He got the one sweatshirt that be like, "Where's your bitch?" No.
This dude basically said tonight, "I will bang everybody's wife." I noticed he was wearing one of his hoodies.
No, not anymore. Not anymore, and definitely wouldn't have been nobody else cool with. Definitely not anymore.
Hey, what's the website? SeanAntonioRichBully.com?
Yeah, it's BRichNYC.com, like the letter B, RichNYC.com.
Nice.
Bet.
Come on, man, let's get up out of here so I can finish watching Game of Thrones, man.
You just started Game of Thrones or what?
Yes.
Oh man, you late. What season you on?
I'm in season 3 right now.
Damn.
Don't say shit.
I'm not gonna say that. I gotta say that. The Red Wedding. The Red Wedding is season 3, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Hold on, no. I'm on season 3, episode 10, so I'm all the way through season 3.
You about to.
Crazy.
When they
don't throw the remote at the TV, bro. I did that and put.
Man, when they killed Rob and his mama. That's what you're talking about.
Oh, you already got the Red Wedding. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that was jacked up, man.
I didn't watch for like 3 days after that. I couldn't. I was upset like that. So here's the funny part, though. You know how you connect with some characters like they're you. Like you pick a person that like, that's me right there. I'm Rob Stark, bro. I'm the eldest in my family, right? The way he held it down for shit, you know what I mean? Like when his wolf came out behind him one time, I was like, that's me right there, dog. So when they killed him, I felt that shit personally, man.
It was wrong how John Stark got him. It was wrong how Stark got him.
Man, I'm just waiting on Daenerys to wreck shit. That's all I'm waiting on, because she been building this shit up. I've been waiting on her to wait.
You know what? You know what I love about that story, bro? You know what I love about that story? At the end of it, we actually see that story is like, what do we call it? Allegory or some kind of story about modern times. When you let a woman lead, she's gonna get drunk with power. That's what that's the story building up into what Daenerys is eventually supposed to.
Damn.
All right. She seems to be all benevolent. She seems to be like she about to kill shit, and then it's like, nah, bruh. Nah, brother. Nah, you gotta watch it.
So, Mike, are you saying you didn't like the way it ended then?
Fuck! Oh no, dog. Nobody liked the way that shit.
I'm getting off. I'm getting off.
They rushed.
Oh no, Sweeney, log off.
All right, Sweeney, it was nice seeing you, bro.
I'm just playing. I already know what happened at the end.
Yeah. But no, I don't like the way. Brand the Broken. Are you serious, bro? Dude in a wheelchair. Nah, bro. That was John. That was John's throne, bro. All day. The only possible course. But no, let's get out of here. We nerding out over shit, man. We want to appreciate everybody for coming through. King Talk will be back next Tuesday. We want to thank y'all. Thank you for all your support. We out. Catch y'all next time. All right, y'all.